And as always, real quick for everyone that doesn't know, I want y'all to, for the time being, say hello to Ash as his character name, or Mike as he's known. He's actually one of my original players from Star Wars from years ago, so he's very intimately familiar with how I run games and how he is, and
bless your heart.
He can be a big pain in the ass sometimes. All right.
Zoinks.
I'll make sure that I am to this session too.
No, I will not tolerate your shenanigans.
Oh, please. This is all shenanigans.
Yeah, no. Okay, so first off, because I do need to recap because Koi and Ash were not here for pretty much ever. So, between Donovan and Legion, what happened last session?
No. We're not going to
I got you. No, I got you. No, I got you.
We found a woodsman.
We pulled out. We
shanghaied us and
to this lovely man's house.
Oh boy.
He's a lovely man.
Literal serial killer.
He watered us. All he had, alright, I'll admit, had a face in his trash, but for all we know, could have
just
been
the face.
Bandit because we checked his creepy cellar, and there were bodies in there.
Oh,
but
like five bodies.
Hold on, the 5 bodies we checked, only one was one of the townsfolk, and
mind you, all those bodies had faces.
But he was so nice. He fed you guys.
So, all I'm saying is, Donovan is a bad person.
Also, he somehow had like 30 health, which means he's not totally human. Wolves are following us now, and then I shot one with a laser, and now we're fine.
Oh, that's true. You shot one with
a laser.
And we're home.
Oh boy.
I have light magic, so I shoot lasers.
Oh, okay. I got really confused and concerned.
Not an actual laser.
The quick summary of last session is Donovan's a bad person.
Okay.
So that woodsman is basically like that incestuous couple from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
What?
Thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have killed him. I probably would have just ran away.
Thankfully, I am powered by the fervor and might of the new god. Astrid watches me in all ways. Also, I'm not the pansy.
He was a good boy fighting bandits.
And as I mentioned, something we didn't really think about is not all those bodies had faces on them, which means there's a faceless body somewhere.
It's probably further down the pile.
We emptied all of them. Well,
no,
I didn't.
We did.
No. That face that you're talking about, the Jericho, was actually on a head. It was just the face was peeking out from the trash pile. That's what you're thinking about.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay, all the bodies had heads.
Yes. Well,
also,
not all the bodies had heads. So the 5 bodies inside the well all had heads. The body that you saw the face, the reason why I mentioned the face is because you just saw the face in the trash pile, but it had a full head, but just a head. His body was gone.
Yeah. Oh my.
Okay.
Look.
And he fed you guys.
Yes, he did. After you helped him cut down some trees.
Look.
Oh,
all I'm saying is that one townswoman who was just one of the victims of the bandits, and he decided to bury her in his creepy well because he's a nice guy.
Anyway.
Hey,
I don't know how I feel about joining a party full of cannibals, but
Hey, I was not part of this.
Alright, so...
It was rabbit. We saw him cook the rabbit.
Okay.
I'm going to give a really brief cap of the world to both Ash and Koi.
Sucks.
So, yeah, shit sucks. This game takes place right now in the area around Fletcher's Rest. Fletcher's Rest is a small town on the outskirts of the Empire. The Empire being the last and the greatest, well, the once greatest civilization that is now in the midst of turmoil and ruin as there is a giant orc uprising. Orcs were used as slaves by the Empire, by the humans. And the orc actually went and killed the king of the Empire, took over, and is now with that just kind of causing destruction and ruin everywhere. And the Empire is now crumbling. There are ever so often signs of just decay, of crumbling ruins, overgrown roads, and just times are going bleak right now. So, our game, Fletcher's Rest, takes place on the eastern side of the Empire. You all arrived at Fletcher's Rest recently within the last several months, because we did start level 0 in this game. The initial group that got to Fletcher's Rest, they survived. They were just commoners traveling through a wagon caravan to get to Fletcher's Rest. They survived an ambush by bandits. They were just preying on people like you getting to Fletcher's Rest. They slew all of the people in the caravan, except for a small handful of individuals, that being Donovan and Legion. And as Legion and Donovan made their way back to Fletcher's Rest, there were more signs. There were more bandits. The bandit camp has not been taken care of. They were in Fletcher's Rest for about 4 to 5 months, just getting used to Fletcher's Rest, talking about the survival tales. There were more bandit attacks, and among those attacks were other very, very meager survivors, that being Ash and Koi. Now, whether they came from the same caravan, maybe we'll say 3 or 4 months ago, or they came from separate caravans, one thing was all tying you together, and that was the fact that all of you were the only survivors of respective caravans coming to Fletcher's Rest to try to start like a new life away from the crumbling empire, or at least a place that is more, I do air quotes here, nice. Although, as you've learned really hard, that's not truly the case. Now, just to make the game go faster and easy, because our time for this game is shorter than normal, is now 3 hours or a little bit less because Joe has to leave. So I want to go ahead and just make it known that we're going to start off getting back to Fletcher's Rest, because we did leave the game off with Legion Donovan at the hut. So you two did kill the individual. The three of you, that including Aragorn, who's not here, got back to Fletcher's Rest to tell the tale of you slaying the woodcutter, the woodhunter, who has a tale of murdering people on the road, the courageous guy who was very, very nice to all of you. But you did find, well, some dead bodies in there, that being bandits and one of the townspeople. For whatever reason, at the time, Koi and Ash were not there, but just make this fast, you all are friends. You all have a link to each other, because you have this tale, you survived against odds of being killed.
Convoy.
So, we'll say Ash and Koi were doing something, and then as you come back to town, all of you see each other, all of you maybe greet each other at the inn during that first night back at Fletcher's Rest from the woodcutter. So, scene! We come to the tavern inside Fletcher's Rest. Now, there's a couple of events going on. There are a couple of areas around Fletcher's Rest that are a bit of interest. The group did run into, and I'm going to put on the map, a hut with a very, very nice woman who actually did heal and help Donovan and Legion during the first ordeal. Very, very nice woman who was a witch that did help out a little bit, and actually this might tie into another player who actually is part of that same thing. Now, there are two things of main interest right now. The bandits are still attacking. The number is definitely dwindling, but they're still causing ruin. And of all the people in Fletcher's Rest, you four are kind of being singled out because, well, hey, you survived these bandits. You are more than the average person. People can see that you are different. One of you started to dabble in the arcane arts and able to actually start to produce spells. So during the taverns at nighttime when drinking happens, there's ever so often people going, damn it, I wish people would take care of these bandits. I lost my last damn wagon load of supplies. And tables of heads would turn, look in your direction. One would point at you and go, well, why don't they go? They survived the initial bandit attacks. Yeah, and people kind of agree about that. So they're kind of looking to you to maybe do something about this. But also another interesting, juicy rumor has popped up.
Juicy.
That being, to the west, there is this tale of an old noble and his crumbling empire. This baron that went by the name of Stokessa, sorry. Baron Stokessa was a baron who came into power because his family, his relatives, his ancient relatives, were sea pirates. And he made a small little kingdom, not really a kingdom, but he had his castle along a river to the east of this area. No one really knows where it's at because he kind of died away in obscurity. There's always been tales, rumors of, well, no one knew where this baron was. There's records of his name about the Stokessa pirates, but no one knows where he made his castle in. But an interesting thing is, there was rumor the name Stokessa was found in Fletcher's Rest, which means it might be nearby, which means Stokessa's treasure might be nearby. That is what I present to the four of you for today's session. Action scene at the inn. You find yourselves drinking nice rum, maybe mead, a plate of mutton in front of you as you tell tale of your last journey.
I hope the child isn't drinking alcohol. Actually, in this day and age,
There's no loss here. They're not gonna care. They're
Yeah.
not gonna care. So.
It's probably safer than water.
No, just to make it easy, I do want, because we do have Koi and Ash are pretty much new, at the table as you're talking conversing with each other, I want Ash and Koi to tell everyone what you kind of look like and who you are.
Mm-hmm.
One of you, start please.
Donovan Thresh is a priest of the new god. He's a big man, just about 6'4", about 220 pounds. Handsome hair down to his shoulders, big old beard. He is the spellcaster. Studies and actually, you don't need to know that. Physical appearance, that's what he looks like. He's a babe.
Who's next? Come on, chop. Someone start.
I look like that guy, exactly the same.
Wait, what are you?
Look like who?
Like you just described, I look exactly like you do.
I just smite you.
No, I'm not. This isn't a joke. I literally do.
Like a very similar sort of...
Yeah.
No,
when you
like,
came back into
identical
town, actually, this will probably be one. When you came back into town, Donovan, you actually saw someone going about their business, just doing everyday business, looking exactly like you.
Oh, you meant you literally... Okay.
You do not put on your normal face, I'm going to break you in half.
I mean, do you know he's a changeling?
You would probably know now, unless you... Maybe some people are like, does he have a twin brother? That's kind of what people are thinking. No one really wants to say, is that a changeling? Because changelings are kind of feared. They're kind of, they're not really well liked. And so right now, people are like, hey, you're Donovan's brother, or they confuse you for Donovan, so...
I mean, like, yeah, but the thing is that Donovan comes back and is a witch hunter and goes, oh, it's me, and I'm right here.
Which means you best find a way real fast not to kill each other right now, so...
Legion just kind of looks really confused, like arcing their body like back and forth between the two Donovans, and looks at the Donovan he was with and just goes, "We are very confused."
Do we just like bump into each other?
Yeah.
We know each other. I thought we were supposed to be
Well, the thing is,
companions.
It's kind of one of those things.
like, you gotta know each other. Either Donovan already knows you're a changeling, and for whatever reason, maybe playing a joke, you just want to look like Donovan for whatever reason. Because right now, he's gonna find out you're a changeling if he doesn't know already, so...
Oh, wait, hold on. So we
if you-
actually do know each other and stuff.
Just because I want this to start fast, that's why. This game isn't a full campaign.
Alright, then this
It has
is
to go quick.
the bit is dead. I don't look like it.
We're trying to get through this as painlessly as possible.
It's fast
I
right
just
now.
look
We
like
need expediency for this game right now, so...
my current appearance is irrelevant because it'll change, but it's just pick a random bystander on the road, except maybe a little more handsome.
Well, here's the
than
question I
usual.
have for you then, Ash. Do they know you're a changeling? In fact, does Donovan know if Koi's a changeling?
They would not know that Koi is a changeling.
Okay. Well, I
In
guess
this
here's
case,
the question I need to ask, though. Would Donovan
making-
want to kill changelings? That's the thing I need to ask, then.
No, just that they take my face.
Okay.
Yeah, Koi is making a concentrated effort to not be found out.
Yeah,
Okay.
then I wouldn't really make it obvious that I'm a changeling as well.
Or you never
so-
would. You never would because, like I said, people
By the
tend to
way,
kill you, so.
I wrote to you about that donkey and wagon and stuff. Do I get that or not?
Sure. You got a donkey and wagon. Why not?
Nice. All right.
Cool. And then, since we're going through character descriptions, Koi is just this unassuming looking, just little girl. You could pick any random girl in any random city. She kind of just looks vaguely like that. Kind of a bit meek. Doesn't really talk a lot. Has kind of a slight... Her eyes kind of dart about every so often. But other than that, she just kind of... just... exists.
So people assume you're either a troublemaker or you're like Donovan's daughter. Or maybe
Yeah.
even Ash's daughter, so...
Oh no.
No. Just random, just a little girl trying to not trying to curl in on herself and disappear.
And since I'm currently masquerading as somebody else, I'm just gonna be called Jack and not actually Ash.
All right, Jack, that's fine.
Alright.
But I should change that just for now.
Oh, also important, I have a large tattoo of a hand on my left side of my face, and I wear the red cloak of the House of Healing.
You have a tentacle hand?
No, a hand.
A tattoo of a hand on the left side
Oh,
of my hand.
tattoo. Okay, gotcha.
Tentacles are Koi's job.
Huh?
What?
What? So we're in a tavern right now, and we're chilling down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Child is drinking alcohol.
Legion, by the
Talking
way-
about maybe the dead bodies that was found inside that. In fact, just pick up from there. One of the people that's a bit drinking, he comes over. I know you went over to the woodcutter. What'd you find? He wasn't so bad. It was just all stories, wasn't it? What say you?
We found
Did the woodcutter
five
take your
corpses-
tongue, you deaf bastard?
We found 5 corpses in his well and 1 in his trash heap.
What? Really?
You are terrible judges of character based on how you treat us and how you treat these villagers. My God.
Well, I don't know you. I don't know him.
We've been here
So-
for a year.
Have you?
I live
Haven't
here.
we?
No.
I thought we've been here for like
I don't know. But if he was as bad as you say, then you did a service. Unless you're murderers and you're thieves. He just kind of walks off. Skeeka stumbles away.
Koi just kind of taps her fingertips together anxiously.
Real quick, just for
And
reference.
glances at professions.
Can anyone even hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Real quick for reference for Mike, since he has not been here before. Legion is a 3-foot tall, like 4-legged.
I gathered that.
Okay, fridge
Spider
on
bot?
legs.
A fridge on legs.
Fridge-
Yeah,
like-
but do you
Like,
do you speak?
Little manipulator arms. Yes, but it's like through a little grill on,
Okay.
like right below this sort of lightly glowing red eye, and right below that, these 2 little manipulator arms come up.
Where's your key at?
Key is like on my back.
Okay. Yeah, so all clockwork have a key that if it stops like turning, they just turn off.
There are
And they
specific-
need someone else to turn it on. They can't do
yeah,
it themselves.
There are specific times when the key will turn off, though.
Yeah.
It won't just like randomly stop turning.
So
How
kind of like
how big is Fletcher's Rest as a town?
A couple hundred people. That's about it.
It's very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack is just going to nervously sip the whatever drink.
They took out that guy. You hear this on another couple tables over at that same drunkard. He's talking to a group of people right now. He says, they took out that woodcutter, that evil, beastly man. He had hundreds of bodies in his house. Hundreds, they said. They can take care of it. And he points at your table. They should take care of the goddamn bandits. They can do it.
Koi lets out this small little squeak and just slowly lowers closer to the table.
Okay, buddy, I think you had a little bit too much to drink.
Never. Nothing here can drown my spirit, my stomach, and nothing. I will boast and beat anything.
I can think of a couple of things.
Reggie, we've had this discussion. If you want things done, you ask, you don't accuse.
Well, why don't you do something? This is someone else on the table talking.
I believe we already have.
No, not the woodcutter. As much tales as they said, I'm pretty sure he's lying about the 100 damn people in there. But the bandits, they've been assaulting us, the people here, supplies, for months now.
If
Why
I
can't you do
remember
something
correctly,
about that?
We asked you to form a militia and assist us, and you cowardly stood back.
Hey,
Am I
DM.
correct?
Yes.
Question. So my professions are in like criminal backgrounds, so like pickpockets and informants and things like that. Would I have any knowledge about like the bandits and stuff that have been around here?
I will let you do a intelligence roll at, I would say 2 Bane, but because of your background, we'll do a number roll.
Okay, what die do I roll for that? D10?
No, it's a D20. So just double click your intelligence stat on your character sheet.
Intellect.
Sorry, intellect.
It recently went up.
Hey, fantastic. So here's what you've kind of gathered over the time. You've been here for a couple months also, because you're with the original group with Legion and Donovan. So the information you've gathered is that the people in the area, the bandits, most likely are obviously to the south. But the big thing is the number is not that great, but they're taking advantage of just the turmoil and the fact that they couldn't really find enough work in Fletcher's Rest. They went the easy way of, well, acquiring wealth the easy way, which is stealth, or not stealth, by means of stealing and murder to take it.
So, can I establish information here as to what my character is doing in this town for the couple of months, given that I've arrived here, unfortunately for me, with a group of people that I've gotten to somewhat know. I can't exactly just juggle personalities and characters whenever I feel like, because they kind of have placed me in their memory, so I'm not a faceless nobody anymore. And therefore, I can't really be an actor who does multi-actor performances by one person. So I'm doing my healer stuff instead, and that's what I've been kind of like, just like an apothecary kind of guy.
Okay.
For the past couple of months.
Donovan's cosmopolitan. He's from the city. He doesn't care about changelings. He's not. He's smitey.
No, it's not about you. It's about me keeping my identity. Like, if I were to start switching between different
people might notice. Yeah.
Personalities, you of all people would notice because you know me, and
which is why Koi is on.
If I was just a random person somewhere in the crowd, then I can just do whatever the heck I want. But since I've been kind of bundled up into some kind of group accidentally, then I'm kind of changed to the face.
Right. Here's the question: do Ash or does Jack and Koi know that each other are changelings?
Koi is
really.
Yeah, Koi is making a concentrated effort to not even change. So like, Jack is more bold about it than Koi is, because Koi is making a concentrated effort, even in a crowd or in a public setting, to stay in one persona.
So I'll just think Koi is just a crazy woman, or a crazy girl, I should say.
a very eccentric girl.
If they can pity.
It's very unusual for a underage kind of young girl to travel without parents already. So.
Yep. With a dagger. A bronze dagger.
This is very strange indeed. So I'm gonna make a statement here to the crowd. Well, I've been treating your wounds and giving you medicine these past couple of months, and I haven't really seen you guys make any efforts to organize together any kind of militia against these bandits. You just kind of expect someone else to do your work.
We've tried. We've sent people out. They never returned.
No. We had this conversation after the woodcutter. All the men and women of the town decided, oh, no, we thought it was meant to be a militia. We're going to stay here. You go out.
Koi is staying out of this conversation. She's just quietly drinking.
Donovan.
Look, we've protected the town. We've sent people out before. They never returned. No one here wants to go out.
Well, what do you expect me to do? I'm just an apothecary.
You survived!
Surviving is not the same as doing something.
It's more than all of us have done.
I just hid.
Well, you little girl, I mean, I don't expect anything from you, but look, the giant man... there's obviously a metallic weapon there. So y'all can do something.
We have names. Let's start with those.
Sorry, Koi. I know offense meant to you, but honestly, you're a little girl. What can you do? But Donovan and Legion, I mean, you're the only survivors of the bandit attacks. Compared to afraid to do stuff.
Is there an offer somewhere in there? We
could try to maybe gather some supplies. We have no wealth here to do this. we try to survive on our own. We might be able to scrounge up some silver, but I do have some healing potions, and I'm sure Rutgig over here might be able to spare a sword or two.
You see, you ask kindly.
Koi
Happy to
bristles
do
slightly at the mention of swords.
We are helpers, the four of us. You ask and we help. You demand. We corrupt.
Well, hold on. I didn't agree to anything. I thought that you were going to do this, given how you're a big man with a weapon and all.
I have a knife.
That's terrifying.
I'm sure you do, Koi. I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do.
I love it.
All I do is go out into the woods and gather some herbs every once in a while.
I give him a look. That's all.
I'm giving Koi another fortune.
I have a knife.
if you need a healer to go with you, I can maybe tag along and stay out of the, if something happens to you, hey, what do you know? Maybe I can help you out, but I wouldn't really know what to do in a fight myself.
Legion, you get the sword. We go.
Oh,
Don't leave me behind.
we have our axe. Is that insufficient?
This one is fancier.
Oh,
I hear rumors of this +2 damage.
we will reconsider
Okay.
our current equipment.
Koi is just looking between everyone and it's just like, I'll go too.
No,
Guess
no.
I'm getting a sword.
You are but a small child. They would not want to take you.
Look, she's just as much danger alone here than if she went with us, and I'll stay with her in the sidelines.
And again, she is the lone survivor from her own caravan, so
It is.
She knows how to. She knows how to not die.
yes.
If one thing.
And she's small. They're good for sneaky stuff.
She's much safer here than she is out there.
Now you've made her cry.
I give him
She gives you these really big puppy dog eyes.
It's like she's begging to go into danger with you.
Look, this is look.
She just doesn't want to be left alone. That's the thing. She has no. This girl obviously has no parents.
She's
Donovan,
been through enough, and
Take
she's
small
kind of
breed.
stuck with us.
She's pact bonded.
So you want her to bring her into mortal combat with other human beings.
No, I'm not bringing her to Mortal Kombat. You're going to Mortal Kombat. I'm staying outside and waiting for you to come back, and maybe if you're wounded, I'll help you out.
Donovan, we will keep her safe.
No, you're going with him.
Very well. Legion, the
Legion
two of
like
us will go
looks
in that.
disappointed.
Okay, I'll take Legion. We'll get the sword and go kill some bandits.
Right, we'll follow you for as long as it's safe, and then we'll wait for you to get the job done. Sounds about right?
So you agree then? You gonna help us out?
Because you asked nicely.
Oh, thank you. Bless you, bless your souls. May the new God bless you. And he kind of comes over and he claps your hand. He clasps your hand. He goes, when are you gonna leave? When are you gonna kill these bastards?
Supplied.
All right. Rundick, come on. We need to get your family's sword. Let me see if I can gather supplies. It might take a little bit. How about I meet you here in a couple hours?
Sure.
All right, Rundick, let's go. And they kind of rush out the place. And as it's been happening, you've been noticing that everyone in the tavern, probably about maybe 15 people, are all staring at you, the four of you.
Koi kind of like is digging into her little bag.
But
and it's like,
not staring in a way that is in a negative or a downed light. There's an air of slight hope with a tinge of not lust.
I mean, hey, let's.
Yo, they want that 3 foot 50-pound spider bod. What can I say?
Oh no.
I am a sex icon.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Koi is digging.
I got 2 manipulator arms.
Koi starts digging into her little bag and pulls out this little wrapped bundle and says, I don't know how helpful it is, but and she kind of opens it up and it's this little cake, basically. And no, hold on, stay with me. So everyone got interesting things, and so the interesting thing that I rolled for was these small cakes, these 6 small cakes, that eating one of them will count for food for an entire day.
Oh yeah, but did you roll for the random thing?
I did. That's the That's the wagon with the sad donkey.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So I have food.
I have a small wagon with a sad donkey.
I have small cakes that can sustain a creature for a day.
Skyrim sweet rolls right here.
Yes.
I have a animated rat skeleton in my sleeve.
Oh my.
His name is
I
Chad.
thought you rolled Legion.
Yes.
No.
I'm his interesting object.
Legit, because there's a small mechanical spider that you can roll.
Oh no, I'm a full clockwork.
Yeah, I know, but same thing.
If I rolled the small mechanical spider,
What?
You gotta find
That's
it.
really funny.
Item.
I just like open.
Don't talk to me and my
drawer in
son ever
chest
again.
And pull out like a small spider.
It's not a
Legion,
legion.
but tiny.
Mini-me.
You have a little scout legion. You can send him out to look ahead.
Yes, we're great.
Well, what are you all staring at? Like, I voice my,
Legion's just waiting on
we're
Donovan.
being looked at by all these tavern folk.
And Koi is holding up this little cake, explaining that when she's eaten one of these, she didn't feel hungry the rest of the day.
It's because you wait.
The bar wench, big bosomed woman, comes over with 4 big flagons of ale, and she kind of puts them on the table and goes, "This is on us for
You're giving
doing something so
ale-
brave." Yeah, so she can
like,
stay warm at night. She's fine.
Legion takes the flagon and says, "Thank you, but we cannot quench," and just hands it back.
I'll slide it away from him and just double fist it.
You're a big man. You can. But yeah, I mean, so those are an option. I have 7 regular rations, but then I have these 6 small cakes in addition. So.
Will be helpful because I have none.
Wait, don't you? When you rolled for wealth, don't you get your?
I
starter
rolled
food?
8.
He rolled poor.
Bad.
Oh, I mean,
One
I have.
better than the worst. So
Oh.
I have 12 bits to my name, and hers got mercy and gave me like 2 silver, I think.
For being level 1, so.
I mean, I've only got 5 copper.
Look at my very full purse.
That's more than 12 bits.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, I wish I had money too, right?
Donovan, don't you have all of my money?
I have all of the money.
Yeah, you do.
I will down that flagon of ale that she just gave us, seemingly being unaffected by it at all.
Alright, so seeing
But
as
it's drinking
how
very slowly.
actually are they affected by ale and stuff? Changelings?
Clockwork?
Oh, changelings.
Changelings. Yeah, changelings can.
Oh yeah, changelings can.
I roll. Yeah, they can eat and drink and.
Okay,
it's fine.
so just so you know how
In fact,
rolls are done, I want you to go ahead and do a strength roll at 2 Bane there, Jackie.
That
What
won't be
percentage is this?
necessary. That won't be necessary because I rolled the quirk that I am unaffected by alcohol.
I did not.
Zoink, Scoobert.
I did not. My quirk is the fact I always revert to the same form, which is fucking this one.
My quirk is I am beautiful.
I have
Always
beautiful.
revert to it when.
My quirk is I don't have human features.
That'd be weird if you did have human features as a clockwork. Well, no, I guess I had a picture of the human
it's
face
just
one.
like a fully normal metal servo face on this horrible 3 foot 50
Nightmare.
pound spider.
Oh my. Anyway, so I guess I have to make a roll then, though.
Yes. So 2
You're
Bane.
a child.
Because you're you're a child. 2 Bane, a strength roll, please.
What percentage is this booze? My God.
What the
It's
fuck?
strong. They made it
I don't
strong
know
just
that-
for you. It'll be
I
strength.
don't know what that means.
All right, so it's a pass. All right, so
Wow,
you drink
okay.
it, Koi, and it's some
Shit.
strong stuff. But you're just actually all of you would be surprised by seeing Koi down this drink, and she's fine.
Ouch.
I'm good too.
Okay. I actually rolled higher than you.
Yeah, look, it's almost as if she's not a tiny little girl.
Yeah, I think, because technically, like, okay, and to answer your question of, like, what you mean when I revert, the quirk simply says, you always revert to the first form you adopted. That's what the quirk says.
And you got your form, by murdering the person.
By
who had
murdering
it?
the person, yes, which is this
Oh my
form.
God! You stabbed the little girl to death.
Yes!
Really?
Which means she can never change to something else. That's kind of interesting.
No,
Oh,
she
she
can't change.
It's just in
I can
downtime.
change.
Back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly went that way.
I
can
assume when
change,
you
I just
die,
always
though,
revert
you
to
go back to your natural form.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Even if you
just
go
I was
unconscious, you do
no,
also.
no. When we die or get touched by direct
Iron.
iron, we turn into little mud people.
Yep.
It's kind of cool.
You're all terrible people. Why do I adventure with you?
I'm a healer.
I mean, it's more out of character. You're all terrible people. Except for Legion. Legion's starting to murder bot that licks flowers now.
Yeah.
The entire time,
speaking of-
the tables next to you are just like staring at you wide-eyed. Like what?
Speaking of,
Who, me with the alcohol?
No, just all the conversation going on right now.
Legion's gonna tug on Donovan's pant leg and just say, Donovan,
Yes.
may we go look at the wiggly fungus now?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, I remember the Wiggly fungus.
What
Legion
fungus?
has no face but looks disappointed.
Aw.
He goes, aw.
A tip
He
for the
droops
future.
his head.
Anything that wiggles is usually bad for you.
As a healer, I strongly suggest not to touch any wiggling fungus.
I don't think I would even know what they're talking about, so.
I don't know either, but that doesn't sound good.
Legion just looks very disappointed.
Oh. And let me pull up the book to because maybe the book says more about that quirk than.
No, I think
By the
we'll
way,
go with what he said. He just would revert back to it after like a long rest.
So
By
do
the
we
way,
roll out? Do we roll out to the banditos?
With Legion, is your quirk that you have a bunch of souls in you at once rather than just one, or that-
No. My
That's
quirk
just
is I
how-
have. Yeah, my quirk or Legion's quirk is that Legion has no discernible human features.
I think it's because
And
like
just looks
clockwork
like a
can
robot.
Yeah, I think it's because sometimes clockwork can be made kind of in a humanoid shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're fully humanoid clockwork who can look like
depends on how you build them. They can be whatever
Yeah,
you want them to be.
this is an ex-war bot. Aesthetics were not a part of the equation.
And for some reason, I cannot open my search engine, which is pissing me off.
Damn you.
Just try
girl.
Bing.
I mean, I can't.
So, does anyone need equipment? Because I have clicking burst coin.
All right, I am
I
populating
love a
the
bastard
parcel
sword.
sheet real quick.
I'd love a bastard sword, but Hursk said we can't have those.
Well, those are pretty rare.
That's why I wanted conjuration, so I could just summon whatever weapon I wanted to.
Right.
I think I don't have any kind of armor. All I have is a dagger and a sling. That's it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna buy armor actually. I forgot.
Yeah. Which even then, all my stuff that is normally metal has to be made of a different material, and Koi's explanation for that is because metal is ugly.
Metal, you know what? You're not wrong. Metal is
Metal-
ugly. Did you
metal
see
is-
iron? It's like fucking black, kind of like. Ugh.
Ugh. Metal is ugly, and she refuses to use it.
Wake me up when they invent steel.
Donovan's sitting over there covered in steel scale mail and a giant shield.
You have. Wait, is
Is it
steel? a
steel?
thing?
Is steel a thing?
I thought so.
Because, I mean, this is like, well, because blacksmiths are really, really rare in this setting. because the world is shit.
Can we get a
But
DM to answer
it's
that question?
going to shit.
DM?
Looking at it right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, because
No, the question is:
I'm-
Are we going from shit upwards, and it's kind of just stagnating because it's further shit, or or have we been up and then are we going down back to
That
shit?
one.
Because,
I mean, they're an early Renaissance. They have clockworks and airships and guns.
Well, this is true.
It just seems odd because, like, in the section talking about weapons, it mentions the fact that most things that are normally made of metal, Fae
Well,
have to make them out of a different material, which implies to me that they are usually iron.
Well,
Or
iron.
isn't
Well,
steel
steel
a
is basically 2
iron
iron
alloy?
and some coal, so it's not that different. And
Yeah.
Well,
the
what?
question is, does that affect changelings too?
Yeah,
or-
that's-
or
I'd
fairies?
assume iron alloys still affect changelings.
Which means a normal
Okay.
weapon will still affect you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So yeah,
Whether
it's
it's
still
iron.
it's steel, but it's mixed with iron. So
So I
Yeah.
will literally not even touch you, Donovan.
I'm totally okay with
Yeah, bronze is fine. That's like clay
Yeah,
and.
yeah.
Legion
Yeah,
is
yeah.
made of
They have
metal.
a technology section. They mentioned they have paper, the printing press, clockwork, steel production, black powder, and
Ah, okay. And then,
steel's a thing.
I've just been making all my stuff out of bronze, essentially, because
Which is why I've decided to go leather and bow. rather
Yeah.
than-
Yeah, I mean, because I was going to do it anyway, and then somebody mentioned that it would be kind of amusing to see a changeling just making everything out of bronze, like some kind of fucking, like, Aztec, or not Aztecs, like some kind of fucking gladiator, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, actually.
It would very easily mark you as changeling, though. Why does that one little girl have everything that's made of bronze?
Because because metal is ugly.
And for a
Sure,
little girl,
but
metal is
doesn't-
heavy, so.
Sure,
that
but
too.
it doesn't change the fact that it is kind of suspicious. So if people are looking for changelings, they'll see changelings.
Eh. I mean, yeah, at that point, but there was
It's
a
also a
question that
question. It's also the question of whether people actually care about seeing changelings, which we don't
Mhm.
know.
Usually rural folk freak out, city folk less so.
I mean, yeah,
Well-
most people freak out about changelings. But anyway,
Donovan, you're offering weapons and equipment.
Well, they're offering to supply us, yes?
Well, I don't.
if you
I
check
don't really
the
fight
party
with a
sheet,
sword.
it's in there.
I vote +2 sword, quote, what, +2, so it goes to Legion. Because I have my morning.
If they got a bow or something, mine got broken, so I could use a replacement.
there is a cutlass, but I'm assuming that's made of metal. Yes.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
It's all
the-
steel.
Yep.
The handle won't be.
It's
You
one. It's
wouldn't
a.
want to take that. I wear
don't wanna take that
gloves, by
chance.
the way.
Don't
I
want to
wear
take
gloves.
that chance.
Just
Yeah.
in
See-
case, like, there's a handle for the door that's kind of metal or whatever. Just
See,
I wear
I wasn't
gloves.
sure. I wasn't sure if that counts because that kind of gets around the problem.
Well, I mean, gloves work, because they mentioned the way to
I
detect
would
changelings.
imagine that if you just wanted to circumnavigate the issue with gloves, you'd still roll with Banes when you had metal weapons because you don't really accidentally want to smack yourself a little.
They have in the flavor for changelings that when humans want them to test changelings, they make them use a bare hand to hold iron. So I assume gloves would protect you. It's
Okay.
contact with it that's the problem.
Which in combat, it's
It's
cutting
still-
through your stuff
Still
anyway.
would make you not cool. And if you get shot with an arrow or stabbed, immediately changes back to
Yeah.
So you'd be fine using a cutlass.
Hmm.
I mean, because again, the handle probably is not going to be metal. Even if it is, you can use a glove.
I wouldn't risk it.
I'll take it, but it's not gonna be my primary. I
How
guess.
does a girl use a cutlass anyway?
I mean, I'm assuming this isn't that big.
I mean, yeah, it's
it's
not a
small.
very big sword, and she's not tiny.
You can also think of it as like it's a long knife.
Yeah.
Let me
Long,
get
slightly
this.
curved knife.
Fair enough.
Let me
Well,
get this.
where's the
Machete-
party sheet?
machete
Can I
word.
open it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the PS on the top right.
How do I take the sword?
So you drag it to your inventory.
Yeah, try to start him. Try just like
Party
Cole
sheet.
did with the cutlass.
Inventory.
McCoy did the cutlass.
Well, there's healing potions.
Finesse. Oh, good. It's finesse. That's what
So
I
what
figured.
am-
How
What
do
do I have
healing
to-
potions work in this setting?
You drink them and you heal your healing rate.
Ah. Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
can
what's
do
up?
that.
You
It's
guys
for
should
us.
keep those because we're technically not gonna participate in the combat. I
Yeah,
guess.
I can.
What's up with my sword? What does it do actually?
So it does.
It's 1d6 plus 2 damage, one-handed, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, so it's just a sword. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused because it said like +2.
Did you read what it said?
+2.
And I can't get anything open.
Yeah, click the link and read the text.
Wait, what link?
Click the star.
So click the star.
It doesn't say anything.
Oh, how about now?
So Legion, I'll take one healing potion.
Oh,
You take the other.
I see. Alright. Yoink.
I am having issues getting... Oh, I can open Microsoft Edge. Hey! Gross, but okay.
So after the couple of hours, you are presented by these two people, and he has the 2 weapons, and he's got the 2 bottles of this red liquid-filled flask.
Donovan, can you spot me a bow?
Yes. How much do you need?
I have 2 silver, and a bow is 5 silver.
I mean, we killed the guy with the bow because we say we took it. Actually, we didn't kill the guy with the bow. We ran away from him.
Yeah, you ran away from him.
I don't have 5 silver.
Well, I just need 3, if anything. But if that's not a thing, then that's fine. I'll just use my sling.
Koi, I want you to go ahead and build me. Roll with 1 boon because, well, you're a rogue. And agility roll.
I also have pickpocket as a thing.
All right, 2 boons. Actually, I got a 6. You're fine. Go ahead and roll agility.
So I could just roll another one.
You already got a 6, so it's not going to matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't add together. You just take the highest one.
So I roll agility.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Nailed it.
Roll me a d4.
A D what?
A d4.
A D4. Whoop.
You find 1 silver.
Great, I found one.
Found. It fell off the back of a wagon.
Yeah.
I can lend you a silver as well. If that's what you need.
That
could I
brings you up to
try-
4.
He's
Can I
looking for
try
more
it?
silver.
Can I try again?
I'll lend you one of Legion's as well.
Okay.
So you
There
don't
we
lose
go.
everyone in the group.
I can afford a bow now.
Yay!
All right, go take a bow.
Yeah, I'll put that in somehow. Also, what about arrows and stuff? Do I need to worry about that too?
5 copper for 5 arrows.
I think I have I have exactly 5 copper.
Well, I don't expect to shoot much more. I can afford 1 copper.
I'm too old to use arrows, but I can spare some I have in
Because
my house.
we need to have
How
a functional
convenient.
character.
He comes with a
Thank
quiver
you,
of 10
kind sir.
arrows.
I have
Guys,
10
it's
arrows.
time to play. It's time to play Hursk NPC Bingo. We have the weird, vaguely southern accent. We have the slurred words. All he needs to do now is grunt and say something really weird.
I mean, I feel like that was kind of weird.
That was pretty
Back in my day.
I need to just add
My name
that
is
bow.
Hominrude. I'm gonna go now. He walks off.
That was
trying to
southern
get-
and grunting.
There we go.
I'm trying to get the book to load because.
Ah, phone call, right back.
Oh yeah, good because I'm trying to get things pulled up right now, and I'm having computer is not having it. Microsoft Edge is garbage.
I have so much
You're
stuff.
shocking all the humans.
Well, for some reason I can't get Chrome to open, and it's pissing me off.
I don't actually use that. I use
If you right click
I just open
Chrome,
it separately.
if you right click the Chrome icon, have it open in incognito. That will tell you if any of the plugins are crashing it. If it works in incognito, it means it's the browser plugin breaking things.
I mean, it's not even opening. Like it does the loading thing and then just doesn't open.
I just have Adobe, whatever the heck, to read PDFs.
Well, it's not a matter of I'm trying to fucking.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Oh hey! Chrome is opening. Hey! I was just
Hey,
trying
we
to
did
pull up. I was just trying to pull up the stats of the cutlass because I don't know what it is.
Oh, 1d6. 1d6.
Okay,
But it uses finesse, so you can use agility to hit with it.
good.
Neat.
Okay, that was what I was trying to figure out. Hot damn.
As a reminder, I've linked all those cheat sheets and stuff which have the most common weapons and such on them.
Or I can just do this, and take
then
this
it's-
entire page
I assume Sling also uses.
and go ahead and eat
agility.
that thing here. There you go.
I assume Sling also uses agility. Yes.
Yes. Range attacks
Okay.
is agility, unless some are...
I can give you my sling if you want, because
I have a sling.
and I figured because that's what you usually start with.
Yep. I'm just trying to plug in the attack and damage for it. Attack is dice string / die d20 +2 because I have a +2 now. Hey.
Wait, so what kind of weapon did I just get given?
It's a full-on, like, longsword.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna create a spell called Arrow.
Okay.
I kind of already had an axe that does the same thing.
Well, your axe did 1d6 plus 1. This is 1d6 plus 2.
No, because I got a battle axe last time.
Oh. Never
You
mind
dingus.
then. I will... Anyone want the sword? Otherwise I'll sell it. And we'll make some money.
I'm assuming it's not finesse, so I'm not using that crap.
Actually, some things do
Jack,
have...
thank you for volunteering.
I can carry the sword. I don't mind having 2 weapons. I was supposed to be the
Mind
Healy
you
Priest.
having-
How did I turn into the Phase Cruncher?
How did you... Why are you surprised?
And you can put that in the back of my donkey. So
No, it's fine. I'll take the sword and the axe in case I ever need to go.
Sorry,
like,
I'm back. My drill mumsy needs some
full
wood.
murder.
And I'm assuming the attacks for like weapons and stuff don't use ability modifiers like they
No,
do
they do
in
not.
D&D. Okay,
yeah.
making sure.
So Hurst, did you add weapons into my sheet?
I did for the staff. Cut them over and just change them for the bow.
What is the strings for the?
It's slash die, 1d20 plus your agility modifier, and the damage is just the bow damage in the PDF.
Yeah, so
All right. I got it.
Attacks add
Yeah.
damage doesn't. Just to make sure.
Yeah, everything's correct as it should be.
Okay, so where did we leave off? Because I got kind of interrupted.
We sorted out our equipment and kind of ready to go.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
Hobbenbrud
guys
gave
distribute-
you 10 arrows.
Wait, how do clockworks heal? Do they just use potions?
They heal normally unless they get knocked out, at which point you have to kind of repair them.
Unless you just turn my key again, in which case I once again heal normally.
Yeah.
And then
Honestly, in some cases, the repair kit might be better. If
I-
anyone actually had a repair
'cause the
kit,
potion
it
won't do
allows
anything
for
for 'em.
much quicker.
But we have,
I'm not-
we have to turn
yeah.
it off.
A
Boy,
potion
it would
will
be great
do
if I
something for
could
me.
touch
I heal.
metal.
I'm not
First,
really great with
I heal normally unless I'm an object, in which case I need to be repaired using a repair kit, or someone can just turn my key and I heal.
So a healing
normally
potion would
again.
actually heal you?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
and then
Does it heal
because
better?
I count as a creature for as long as I am not an object.
it's kind of odd.
I don't know how I like that rule, but we'll go with it for right now.
I have the
That's
ability. I have the
If-
ability.
We can
First,
treat
if you took
it
it
as
away,
oil.
there would be
You
no
know,
reason to
he's
play a
lubricating
clockwork,
himself.
it'd just be bad.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about the potions because I got an ability for my path called Nimble Recovery, where as an action, once per rest, I can
Yep.
heal my healing rate and HP and move half my speed without triggering
It's-
free attacks.
Yeah, it's good, but it's
Everybody has every path has a healing ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, either way.
I don't.
Yeah, dirty wizard.
And then trickery. I want a clarification.
Magician.
I do want a clarification on trickery. So trickery doesn't seem to have a recharge or anything. It just says once per round I can do this, and it doesn't have like an action attached to it. Am I just able to always do this?
Yep.
Yep.
Just I can just
for
keep
I
doing
read
it?
it, Trick is actually really strong, so.
Okay.
It's very good. Because
So I
you can
can-
use it for like that pickpocket roll. You could use trickery for it.
Ah, I did not know that. Okay.
It's basically everything that's kind of sneaky. Oh, sorry, no, it's anything.
Yeah, it's anything. It's an attack or a challenge roll.
Mhm.
I roll a boon, and then if it's an attack, the attack does an extra d6 damage.
Yeah, I was reading one of the
Basically,
developer logs.
It's the equivalent of the rogue sneak attack from.
Yeah, but it's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
Well,
Yeah.
I was
'Cause I
reading
can
the
just do it.
developer log when they're making the game, and he pretty much wanted to picture it as the rogue being the one that's like jumping off chandeliers, somersaults, and stabbing people. So, yeah, they can do that.
Cool. I could just keep doing it every round.
The only downside is it doesn't scale up to 10d6 for sneak damage at level
Yeah,
20.
but still, I mean, the fact that
that's
I can
pretty
just do
good
it.
because that's the dumbest part of 5 or no. It's one of the dumber parts of 5th edition.
Well,
I mean-
rogues in 5th edition don't have extra attack. They're the only martial class that doesn't, and they also don't have a lot of other effects that up their damage.
I'm aware. However, sneak attack as it works in 5e is really silly.
I feel like we're getting off topic.
That is also true. Let's go
kill
some
get
goddamn
into
I
the
had to
forest
pee,
and
we're
kill
good.
some bandits.
So,
Yeah,
now
let's
to the
go.
game.
Read
You
it
find
as a
yourselves
game.
at the front gates of the town of Fletcher's Rest, as the old man is walking away that gave the arrows to Jack. And then you have in your possession the oils of healing and the 2 swords, or the +2 engraved sword and the falchion, or not the falchion, but the
Cutlass.
Cutlass, yeah. So, the question I have for you, because you do not know where the bandit nest is located at, how do you wish to proceed?
I look to the waif that I know has been hanging out with criminals despite their attempt to pretend otherwise.
Would I know anything as an informant of where they might make their camp? Besides the fact that it's to the south?
Well, putting the collective knowledge of the group together, they would need to be in a place that has easy access to the road as well as escaping, a place that has trees to provide cover, and as well as most likely sources of water to
Like
be
here?
able to drink and breathe.
The lake here?
Possibly.
Or where is it? The control? No. Where is it?
Both mouse buttons. Both mouse buttons.
Or like here?
I mean, it says access to the road. This is closer to the road because it's right on the bridge, which is a choke point.
I mean, we did walk right by that though.
And again, you were attacked down here.
Look,
So this right here,
there's a road
here's the
here
here's
as
where the
well.
original ambush site was right here.
I didn't know that, so.
Yeah.
But we also got attacked here.
So somewhere,
okay.
so maybe somewhere in like this vague area.
Basically, this is the central point of all these attacks. Here. And the closest...
That's pretty far from the road.
We actually
it is.
we
but
crossed
you
the
wouldn't-
river right here.
Just making note, every hex is 1 mile, so.
That's
A
still
mile
pretty far
isn't
from the
that
road.
far.
A mile is when you're talking like that far, that's pretty far.
It's not that far if you want to stay off the road and not get accidentally
2, 3, 4,
discovered.
5, 6, 7. It's 8 miles.
This is like 2 miles off the
Not a
road
huge
right
amount.
here.
2 miles isn't a lot.
Yeah,
But
it's-
8 miles is. 8 miles is.
I vote
'Cause-
Jericho determines our route because he's been good about figuring out where we're going before.
That's why I'm asking as an informant would I know anything. Since I've been here for a while.
I give you all the clues you need to know to start your search.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us
I put on my
good help.
deducing glasses and
Yeah, I
These
actually
ruins.
I pull out my little figure of the new god, and I'm just like, "Hey, yo, tell me
So,
where they at."
Essentially, you want a close access to a body of water, trees, and the road.
Oh, good. A river, a road, and trees. It's the entire forest.
Right, so
or maybe it's the hills right there that are obviously a bandit camp
what do you mean this?
down in the southeast. There's like ready access to the road. There's the river right there.
oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this big area, just these mountains here?
Are those hills or mountains?
Those are hills.
Yeah.
Or we could
Probably
just,
those- it's probably the
walk
hills.
down the road until we get attacked by bandits and then ask them where they are.
That's also a great plan.
It's not a system where you want to get ambushed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but when you're waiting for an ambush, you kind of know it's coming.
The townsfolk have no idea where they are.
We know where we were attacked, and we have these clues.
All the attacks has been described as being within this area.
Okay.
So my thought
so
is
they're
over here.
so they're in the hills.
Okay.
Just where I thought they were.
All right. Yeah, I didn't have. In my defense, I did not have the map fully zoomed out. I did not see that area.
Yeah, no.
Sure. Good story.
Let's roll on down the road then.
I didn't know where all the group had been, and you said trees, so I was like, well, this looks like a nice little grove. And they were
Should
like,
I
we
take
walked
the-
past that. I
should
was
I-
like, oh.
Should I take the sad donkey with me, or should I leave him?
Are we bringing the cart? Do we need it?
I
I
mean,
don't think we do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's probably better if we don't.
To clarify, are we going to the Blue Hills or the Yellow Hills?
We're going to these hills, I
Yellow
think.
hills. To the hills in the south.
South Hills. Because their area of effect is kind of just like that vague area that Hursk was saying.
I mentioned the Blue Hills because there was an ambush here last time we came through.
Yeah, because this is a pretty specific area with cliffs and like a choke point. So
Sure.
We can go past there, be wary over that direction, and if nothing happens there, then we'll continue on to the Yellow Hills. So like we can go towards the Yellow Hills.
we can basically check this hill out, and then
we can just it's on our way.
Move on to here, given that we're
It's
gonna
on
have
our
to
way.
pass there anyway. Let's get walking.
Yeah.
Don't go into the thing marked with blue. It's bad.
Okay.
It's a cloud.
No, it was like weird, like pollen dust, I think.
Oh no,
you
that
mean
was
like-
the blood mist.
Blood
You
mist.
mean
that's the
this? You mean this?
That's the wiggly stuff.
No,
Ooh.
can we go to the wiggly fungus, please?
No.
So we're not
Go play with the
distracting
wiggly fungus.
ourselves.
That's quite a walk.
Yes, it is. That's like a day more.
Legion is gonna just like every once in a while just like tug on Jack's pant leg and say, "We believe that the wiggly fungus would be worthy of investigation once we have completed our operations here."
I think it would be better if we get back to the town and tell people
All right.
everything is alright.
Just so I can show Jack and Koi how the hexcrawl type kind of worked, I'm going to do that for a couple rolls. So as you head out from Fletcher's Rest, you all are a bit more familiar with the town, being here for the several months you've been here. So what I do need to have is, if you follow the road, you can move 3 hexes in 1 hour.
Ooh.
You go by 1 hour intervals. So if someone wants to, go ahead and move the marker for the player's location along the road. All right. But as I mentioned, the road is very, very overgrown. It's very easy to get lost within the forest area. So
It's not a
who
very good road.
is taking the lead? It's not a very good road. But there's
What
no
is-
workers to rebuild it, so
What type of roll is it?
it's intelligence roll.
Intellect.
Intelligence? I'm
Intellect.
I'm
I
pretty-
always say intelligence, but it's intellect.
I've got 11. I'm pretty good at that. And I can
Wait,
force a
hold
boon.
Now here's where someone
I
can
need to-
probably pop in the background that might help out with boons or banes. Well, not banes, but boons.
Boons and banes.
Boons and banes.
I'm probably I got natural, I think, boosts to perception, but I wouldn't have anything.
Well, I do
Yeah,
as well because we're both changelings, but I've
Yes,
upped
this
my
is true.
intelligence recently.
Yeah, me too, though. But I think you will have like rogue bonuses. as
Yeah,
well.
that's what I'm saying. I can force a boon.
All right.
Yeah, just
So
do
this is
you.
going to be a straight roll, no boons or banes from my end. So when I tell you that, you need to tell me how you're going to give yourself a boon, and I'll agree with it. You're saying that you have a way to help out, plus you're a rogue, you're good at finding details, so you can maybe have either way of looking and finding the road. So I will grant you 1 boon for being a rogue, and then if you have another way of adding a boon, let me know.
we can see in the shadows as if it
Well,
was lit.
Well, I was gonna. Well, that as well as the fact that with my background as an informant and the fact that we've been talking about it a lot, looking at maps, trying to compare, we already know like the vague directions we're going.
2 boon intellect roll. Go for it, Koi.
Yay!
Cannot fail, literally.
As no, we shouldn't get boons from our path just because that's what it is.
Whoa!
she'd get one from like trickery.
Well, that's what I was saying was trickery, and he told me to.
Well, she get it from, I know I haven't given it for the path, but it should be from professions. Is what it should be.
Well, either way.
I'll make that distinction later on. But either way, she is super not getting lost.
I totally know the way I'm going.
So, y'all gather your belongings as you venture forth. And after about the hour of traveling down the road, you go about 3 miles in the hour as you're doing a really nice brisk pace, following the crunch of the hard stonework on the ground as you're traveling. And after the hour of travel, we see if anything has come to assail you, if there's any danger that lurks in the woods. I rolled a 4, which should have been in the dice tower, but you still saw. But still a 4, which is okay. So, uneventful. Everything's okay. The overgrown state of the road and just the sky is a bit open right now, so the journey is fairly pleasant. Nothing too extreme, but it does pass on the time a little bit to 5:06. Now, we can continue forward some more, as the travel has been okay. Again, if we follow the road, you can go ahead and move 3 hexes.
Just to make sure, can we have not left in the evening? That seems like a very poor idea.
We said that we would leave as soon as we were equipped.
Why didn't we leave in the morning, though? Because leaving in the evening to go fight bandits who are ambushing people on the road is like a 0 brain cell idea.
It's a room temperature IQ some shit.
I honestly like negative brain cell.
How about that?
It's like
God.
freezing.
That's so early.
Hey, great people!
I think it's still dark out at that point.
Hey, great!
Maybe
Alright, we'll go down to 6 a.m.
There we go.
There we go.
Yay!
There we are.
There we go.
We wake up late for medieval times.
Worst case, I have a flashlight I can summon, but
And we can see in the shadows.
Well, we've been traveling for an hour, so it means that we left at 8. So we probably woke up a little earlier to prepare.
7-ish.
Yes, that's about right.
Pretty late.
Yeah, that's about right.
At the crack of dawn.
Yup.
Alright, move the token again.
Are we going here?
Oh, but here's the thing. As you're traveling, you get word. You see that a little bit off, as you get near this road, you start to see a lot of tree stumps, as if a lumberjack has been by to cut down these trees in years past. And with this, Donovan and Legion know that what is nearby.
Oh, that was where the dude
lumberjack.
was? The
the
lumberjack.
serial killer.
Cannibalism.
Okay, so that's where he was.
In that hut thing.
Yep.
What?
Where we
here?
murdered a man in cold blood
What, here?
We
without investigating sufficiently to make
there?
a
That
bold
next to you?
determination.
And
I
didn't
don't think this.
Granny Witchcraft also said avoid the woodcutter.
Anyway.
The witch.
Well, not actually a witch, but herbalist.
She was branded a witch.
All
Okay.
witches are herbalists, by the way, just an FYI.
She's not magical.
Hence. Yeah.
I didn't
all
say
witches,
they are.
All witches are herbalists, but not all herbalists are witches.
Yes.
That's kind of what we're saying. Anyway, she wasn't a witch, but she was an herbalist.
I would know, I'm a witch.
She got the seed herb.
Anyway, where are we going? Are we going on that odd hex, or are we going
Go.
here?
Make sure you don't say you're a witch in front of Jericho as the person, or
That
you
would be a good
instantly
idea.
activate his crusading instinct.
Ultra Instinct Jericho goes red eyes.
You can hear him breathing a little heavier.
I will
right
smite
now,
you!
Thinking about the
I don't
crusade.
even think- I don't even think we could get to that hex because it would be off the road, which is slower, I assume.
Probably just be
Well,
slow.
weren't we checking out this area here?
Well, right, but I don't think
Yeah,
we can get to. I don't think we can get to that specific hex on this one.
I mean, 1, 2, and then just
There's
one
no
off
cliff
the
there.
road.
We're fine.
We can move there.
We don't have to stay
Are
on
we?
the road.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we don't
I-
have to stay on the road.
There's no cliff on this border here.
well, that's 3 hexes, but we can only travel 3 hexes on a road.
Well,
Yeah, but this
sure.
road is kind of garbage in the first place.
That is
Uh,
true.
Yeah, but in one go, we're not going to be able to do it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm
And two
saying.
goes,
Is that
yeah.
It'll take a.
So,
it'll
first
take a
off, to
couple of-
see how well you travel, you do find the stream, the river. You do cross this old stone arched bridge over this very, very wide part of the river. As I mentioned, it's around 10 feet deep and about 30 feet in width. As you cross it, very, very sturdy. Been here in ancient times, essentially, to look at it. Almost has a resemblance of dwarven stonework on it. The sturdy dwarves. But as you cross and you head off to a little bit higher ground, Koi, we need another roll. 2 boom.
Yep. And then intellect.
Oh, she is on point. All right.
Where were you
Better than
when
the
Poli
bloody
Sci was
poli
leading the way?
sci student.
What am I? What?
Where were you when Poli Sci was leading the way? He rolled under 10 like 4 times in a row.
Yeah. But then again, he did have Banes when he was doing it too, so.
Yeah, I have boons
No,
because
but-
I am a
but he-
rogue and because I have information.
Yeah, but he rolled sub 10. It's not
Yeah.
like the result was sub 10.
All his dice rolls were less than 10. The dice themselves.
Fair enough. Mine have been pretty good because I've been getting a lot of boon. I think the only time here that I did it was that one agility check earlier, but the boon on it was ridiculous.
I just want to point out, Donovan, you wanted to leave her behind.
I did. I still do. It's a terrible place for a child.
Meanwhile, the child is leaving.
As if there's anywhere better for a child.
An orphanage.
That's fair. A fire.
What?
They make good kindling, man.
Kiddling.
Legion.
Kiddling.
No, but like that's especially painful to Koi because of the thing earlier when we were talking about with like the worst fears thing was like a bunch of changelings that were on fire, and she's still kind of on that.
You're being rude and insensitive. You should stop.
Oh, I wasn't saying that in character. I was just
Okay.
saying.
Oh, of course
He's
not.
this
Okay.
beautiful, lovely, kind
Oh,
boy. He would
the-
never be so cruel.
The ironclad defense.
Literally.
That was out of character.
I think Koi would cry.
Bloody hell.
So,
we
what
make
is
it
the
to the
problem
square
here?
round.
Why are we not still going?
It's
been
I think
resolved.
we're approaching to the potential area where guys would be. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to just.
We're going to
like,
check
this-
here
We're
first
searching this.
because
Okay.
this is one of the options of where they could be, and if it's
What is
not, then
this
we'll just
area
get back in
like?
the room and continue on.
What is this area like? Is this hilly? Is this mountainy? What
It
is this?
is fairly flat, but it does start to go elevated in terrain. It starts to come to the bit of the hills that is on the other side of the road that's going towards Fletcher's Rest. Trees, as I mentioned, less populated. Just open up a bit so you can see around the countryside a little bit easier. But I want everyone to go ahead and give me an intellect roll at 1 Bane. This is for
I would like to-
details to find something. So I will give.
I'm able
Here's-
to trigger.
I would like to forfeit my roll and instead roll to see if there's any like cool nature stuff around.
Valid.
You're looking for some wiggly goo?
Legion is looking for pretty flowers.
And is this like a thing? This isn't perception. This is something different.
This is to find anything unusual around you as you're looking.
This is your
Wouldn't that be-
investigation roll.
Perception,
Oh.
yeah.
I was gonna say, wouldn't this be perception?
Oh
I
yeah,
have
sorry.
better
My
perception.
apologies. Yes, this is perception. Yes.
And then can I trigger
In which
trickery?
case,
Now you're not really doing a trick though, so I don't think a trick would actually work here.
Well, trigger works for everything, but I think you have to
It
be
works
cautious.
for everything.
but let's not abuse it.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it's for. It's for everything.
It's for everything. I could just once per enter. I will concede that maybe it's a conscious thing.
I'm not gonna re-roll because I rolled okay anyway. So
Yeah. So
I
I'll
don't-
just roll. I'll roll with the bang.
Hursk,
Yes.
Perception.
to find like pretty flowers and nice butterflies. Am I gonna roll with the vein?
You can roll with the boon.
I
And
can
how
roll with
do
the boon.
I?
Awesome.
Roll with the
How do I
boon.
roll? How
Yo,
do I
I'm
roll
so gonna find pretty
perception?
butterflies.
And how do I roll perception? Because my perception skill's higher.
Give me the pretty butterflies.
that is a
Can
good
you?
question.
My perception skill is 12. My intellect is 11.
Because change
Can
is
you-
higher.
because changelings get it higher.
Oh, are you supposed to roll perception or?
We just add it passively, I think.
Yeah, just tell me the total result. So.
In which case, I'm a 17, not a 16.
So the thing is, all you gotta do is beat a 10. 10 is the DC essentially in all checks here.
Then
Shadows.
even without trying to figure it out, I think mine is a +2 bonus, so it would be 11.
Okay. Fantastic.
I got a 15 to find pretty
Legion. Not only do you find a pretty patch of pink and purple flowers that smell ever so sweetly to your mechanical senses, but there are butterflies that are flying around. You find a grove of butterflies as they spin these small cocoons with trails of multicolored thread behind their abdomens.
Yeah, Legion just chills out. Hangs out with the butterflies.
A couple of them top of your head. And they flutter.
He carefully stands in the middle of the flowers so that he doesn't stomp any flowers, but he also stays in the middle.
This is literally Overwatch.
Wait, butterflies chirp?
No, they don't.
Sure.
Legion hangs out with the flowers. He makes sure Donovan knows where he is.
Here's the risk bingo.
These are Hursk butterflies. They chirp.
And they also had multicolored thread at the abdomens.
Yeah.
I think they're severely diseased.
No, they're magnificently beautiful. They flutter and they chirp, 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 chirp.
They have beaks.
No, they don't have beaks.
Anyway.
I'm not crazy. Anyways,
Moving on.
as you're following, as I mentioned, there are still some
head.
trees, but you notice that some of the trees have what looks to be axe marks, as if someone slightly took a haft of axes, about 4 or 5 in each hand, and struck the sides of these trees at arm height, leaving these 4 to 5 grooves in the trees.
Well, arm height for
Legion
you guys.
knows that?
A slight. No, you're pinned to the trees. You're
Oh,
pinned to the butterflies.
You're preoccupied with a bunch of flowers and butterflies.
This is what Koi notices, as well as
Everyone else.
Jack and Donovan. Donovan, this looks very, very familiar.
That's fine.
Donovan, did you roll
Something fishy's
Did you
going
roll
on.
the Bane? We all had a Bane.
Yeah,
Oh.
you didn't roll a thing. You filthy cheater.
Yeah.
I succeed.
What was
Yeah.
that
Okay.
noise?
I'll see it.
These are the mugs the woodcutter had about this house.
Yes.
Fuck
Was
on
he
you,
in the
fuck.
league with the bandits?
So he clearly had
No.
influence.
Definitely.
Or was he just marking trees to cut?
Marking him?
Cuts
Almost
with
like
axe marks.
the woodcutter was just a nice guy.
Trying to help out a bunch of poor bandits.
Trying to help out a bunch of pansy-ass villagers.
So, if the woodcutter had influence all the way over here, the bandits probably wouldn't have set up.
I want someone to roll a d4. First one's
Sure.
in use.
Whoop.
All right.
One.
So, as the 4 of you are moving on after you look at these marks, it is... Okay, that's ridiculously crazy. It is that Jack is one that actually is the first to hit and stumble upon a overgrown log in the ground. And he trips a little bit.
Ugh.
But what was
I
interesting
eat
is the
face.
log was a little bit soft.
Sorry.
The log moved at an unusual angle.
The log moved?
The log moved.
Yes. Unlike what an actual log would do.
Ah, this is one of those murder logs I've heard so much about.
Living wood.
Can I get up fine?
Yes. You don't fall over, you just kind of trip, you kind of stumble and look back.
So, I look over at the log that moved.
And watch
Wait.
where you step in!
Ah!
No, you don't hear that. You actually see this was a covered corpse.
Oh.
Of a bandit.
A
Does
tree
it,
fell
have
on him?
does it have a head?
It does have a head,
Okay.
but
Does it have
it
axe
is
wounds?
face down in the ground.
Can I
You
turn
look at-
over the
Absolutely.
corpse?
Jackie, come over. As you're going to flip over the corpse, you see that it's covered in dried leaves, crumple caked in blood. As you roll over, I want you to go ahead and make me immediately at 1 Bane a normal roll. A will roll, please.
Oh my.
Okay, you're fine.
Huh.
As you roll over, you see that half of his face has been torn off, showing the underlying skeletal, his tongue hanging out the side of his ripped open cheek, and part of his brain mass there open to the sky now. Maggots kind of crawling out of it. This is what's seeing gain some insanity. As some large beast tore off his face.
So
I already
this is-
have an insanity.
This naturally, given that I'm a doctor, this isn't that,
This was a
insane
beast,
to me.
not a man.
Yes, definitely not a man.
But this was not killed by a man, but it was killed by something. How big would we talk? Like a big bear, or
Yes.
Like claw marks. Okay.
Yeah, big bear.
does this look like a big bear or something that is more than a bear?
It looks
Wait.
like a big bear did it.
But something put the tree on top of him.
There
No,
was
What up?
he-
He
no.
was
This
the tree.
was
No,
we
he
thought
was the log. I thought he was a log, but
we thought he was a log, but it turned out to be a body
How do you confuse those two?
because it was just like the way
'Cause
that
he
it hit,
tripped
the
over
size. Yeah, the size of it, and just the way that.
And he's wearing
Okay,
all
hit it.
brown clothing.
Yeah.
does he look like a bandit?
One
Does
of you
he?
recognize this individual as one of the people that left the town as one of the early militia to find the bandit camp but never returned. There was 4 of them.
Great.
Well, these
How
guys
did we
got
recognize
these,
them
these
when they
idiots
left
got killed
before
by
we did?
bears before the bandits.
Are there any like? Has it rained recently or anything that I could find footprints? Possibly.
Has it rained? Roll me a d20.
Sure.
High number
If you got
is it
eaten
rained?
by a bear. That's not what we're
It has
looking
not rained
for.
recently.
Okay.
Can I
Is there-
wait? Hursk, I know you don't like looting, but how is this looting in this system?
I mean, Donovan starts taking the things off the body.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. I don't like looting Star Wars because it didn't fit to me in Star Wars, but here, go for it. I mean, it's fantasy, so
I mean,
I'm okay with looting.
dark fantasy at that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. Well, I guess if he was sent by the town, he'd just have basic equipment, but not really his life savings. That's kind of pointless.
Someone roll me a
I don't touch any of
d4.
the
First
metal
one's taken.
weapons he has.
They sent the militia out one at a time?
No, they sent or did they?
I really hope they did.
Oh my god. This is why they're all dead.
No,
Hey.
they left as a group, not one at a time. They're not that dumb.
Oh,
They're
so, okay,
inexperienced, but they're not that dumb.
there were 4 of them. And
Well,
this
if there were 4 of them and one of them got eaten by a bear, then I expect the rest either ran away
Or got eaten by a bear.
I appreciate that the militia for a town of several hundred is dudes.
I also appreciate that there.
Zero CP got
I was
distributed.
gonna say, I like how the party got nothing.
yeah, 1 copper coin. That's it. You can't distribute it.
Oh, fun.
Oh, nice.
Whatever.
Okay, so
Do you
you
have
go
any, like,
through his
healing
belongings.
potions?
Besides the one copper coin on him, he does have this little wooden mallet that is next to his hand. He's still grasping this mallet. It's
So I would have had to roll a 4 to even distribute it.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was wondering if it was going to convert into bits, but it didn't. I was curious about that.
I'll market it.
I don't see any point in picking up a hammer that's made of wood.
You
It's
have
not. It's not
a
metal.
cutlass.
Well, no, I was just saying like it's not made of metal.
Yeah, but like I have a bow.
Legion is gonna trundle back to the gathering with like butterflies all over him. Give Donovan like a firm body nod.
Koi's
and
not
just-
even looking.
Just take the mallet.
Koi is not looking at
Legion,
this guy.
when you
by the
grab
way.
the mallet, give me a strength roll at 1 bane, please.
Yoink, Scoobs.
Is this like a sledgehammer? What is this?
Wait.
Oh, man.
Because I'm a big fighty boy.
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, just rigor mortis.
You actually go to grab it, and you hear the cracking of the knuckles. You actually loosen the mallet from the knuckles. But when you go to pull it, you can't actually wrest the mallet away because there are roots going out of the mallet into the ground.
Wait, growing out of the mallet?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It a sapling now.
Well, it belongs to the ground now.
Yeah.
Can I,
It's
with
gonna
my,
look a little sad, but
given that I'm a witch, and this is something that in my life in the woods with a witch would be something that she would have probably mentioned to me.
What are your professions? We'll go the correct way, I suppose it's supposed to be.
My profession is common actor, common healer, and religious witch.
Religious witch. We'll go with that.
I have academic magic and occult.
I'm just a criminal.
I hit things really good.
Hey!
What you can gather is that this is most likely a magical-esque effect, because as you look, the roots actually grew through the hand of the corpse.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to figure out is this is inherent to the mallet.
Most
Is the
likely not.
mallet
It
weird?
looks like
Is
a
the
normal
mallet
mallet.
a magical weapon?
No.
It's a +6 mallet.
It's that same blacksmith that has plus numbers.
A happy grin appears on Donovan's face. We're hunting witches now. Oh,
I don't-
same thing.
Now you're thinking with witches.
Well, if the beast was, if it got killed by a beast and then there's like roots growing in, isn't that a lesson?
Fuck off, Carol.
It's very, very unusual, though.
Sounds like a druid to me.
Do I recognize this as some? Is this something I've seen before or heard about?
No. This would be entirely new to everyone. Very unusual sight to see this.
Even with my academic background in both magic and the occult.
Yes. Because your background is relatively new, so.
Guys, it's a
Oh,
goddamn.
those were the two that I had to start with.
Ah. But this does deem of what you said. This is deem of druidic nature work.
Let's go fuck off some druids.
What do druids ever do to you?
Do you
Why
want
are
the
we-
list?
Why are we so unkind to these druids?
Think of it this way: the new
Because they're
god,
pretension. They're vegans.
divinity is shaped by mankind. So the limits we place on divinity limit divinity itself. This is why the new god does not have attributes. The old gods, the druids worship, they put human faces to divinity, and by the very nature they limit God. This blasphemy is first law.
Wasn't one of the prophets supposed to be part of the divinity in the new cult?
That is also super duper blasphemy.
Yeah, I
Isn't
think you're
that
thinking
kind
of
of
Jesus,
canon?
not this.
She is a prophet, and there is a heretical sect that worships her, but they are heretics.
I don't know. about
And
that.
Donovan is one of them.
I don't know.
Donovan's
I thought about
actually
it,
the
but
head
I'm
of her
not.
fan club.
Well, whatever you believe in, buddy.
As you move
it's
a little
like-
bit more forward in discussion about what's been going on, you come across another log. But this time, knowing what happened before, as you come across not one, not two, but 3 logs. You see that they are in a semicircular pattern, and they're all facing away from the previous log you encountered. All face down in the dirt. You go
It's
to
like
them,
a
and
long circle.
all of their backs are completely ripped open, as if a bear went to work on their entrails and extrails and the organs.
This looks like a druid with hand.
First,
Yes.
this is a me as a player question because Legion wouldn't care. But would anyone possibly notice if they're in a particular shape, or are they just dotted around the area?
Koi hasn't been looking at the bodies really, or at least in detail. But I mean, so she's not had a lot else to stare at.
Let's do an
more
intelligence
like
intellect roll to gather some clues, I can tell you.
Sure.
Alright.
I thought you weren't looking at them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm kind of
I got-
stumped about all this.
Occult and magic. Can I bring that in?
This would not be for Cult of Magic, no.
Oh my god. Not a cult?
No, not for this.
Not for
This is
witchcraft
to
either?
determine a clue about the battlefield.
Well, it doesn't matter because even if I had like 2 boons, I don't think I'd get out of it 2.
Yikes.
Hey, but you got it.
These, as you piece together, and you do see these rough marks in the ground, they were running away from something.
Oh, I assumed that.
Yes.
Are the marks? This is my medical profession. Are the wounds on their bodies in any particular, style, or is this just to kill them?
They are
Was this
partially eaten. Their backs.
All of them
One of
are
them is.
partially
Only one is.
eaten,
Only
but
one is
not-
partially eaten in the back. All 3 of them have the backs ripped open, and around the openings, there is bits of fur. Bear fur.
Here's my
We're
question.
dealing with a fucking werewolf here, or
So, since Koi hasn't been looking at the bodies, but the claw marks on the ground are something different, can I try to see if they leave like a trail, like after tearing the bodies apart, where this thing went?
Sorry, repeat that again. I had some pop up on me.
He wants to
So,
track the
Yes,
footprints.
since the claw, Koi's not been looking at the bodies, but these tracks are something different. She's probably been staring at those for a while. Can I try to figure out where this thing went after tearing apart these people?
Absolutely. Here, I want you to go ahead and give me another intellect roll. This will be for tracking. I'll let your thievery or your trickery work here.
Yeah, okay.
I just
so
add it right. Trickery does work for everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat it like guidance in D&D, where it's like it has to be a purposeful thing, because it feels like it does. Anyway, so intellect, you said?
Yes.
Woo!
Jesus. Damn.
She's been staring at this for a while now.
You survey the field. You see the tracks as this bear has walked around, and you come across a bit of the meaty organs of the individuals that got kind of ripped out, and it's as if this bear was walking at a purposeful pace to the south.
On 2 legs or 4?
4.
At the-
2 legs better than 4.
This has been bothering me for a while, Jack. Where did you study medicine?
Here and there, herbalists, other doctors. I had a mentor that taught me all of this. Very, very natural focused. Less of a religious, divine kind of thing. Not druid stuff, but just herbs growing in the forests and making sure not to hurt people by misdiagnosing their issues.
Kind of following in the same train of thought. So going back a little bit the way we came, these people, these militia, do they look like they were chased off the road, or do they look like they purposely stepped off the road? Because if they were going to the bandit camp and they had an idea where it was, I don't see why you would leave the road. You know?
Well, they wouldn't know where the bandit camp was. They'd be looking just as much as we are, probably in the same capacity.
And if they were using about the same level of intel we're using, it would make sense that they wouldn't. They would check these hills because we were doing.
There's a
exact-
reason we
Alright.
ran into them is because they were searching much like we are right now.
All right.
And-
never mind.
So, another thing we need to track down, and it seems more deadly to the locals than the bandits do.
Well, if it's going down,
If it's
killing
going
people.
south.
If it's going south and it happens to run into the bandit camp, why don't we let it kill the bandits?
I mean, it sounds
Unless
like.
it is the bandits.
How long ago did they send out?
Well,
These-
when we were ambushed, we were not ambushed by a fucking bear with claws and eating people to death.
We were followed by some wolves earlier, which was very odd.
How long ago did they send out the militia?
We'll say about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks.
Yikes.
Okay, so
These guys are pretty gross then.
Yes.
yeah, okay, so
As you're
so
moving
if-
even more forward, moving past the bodies, you come across 2 more dead logs. Look at
Oh.
these. These
Can we
are
stop referring
pockmarks.
to them as logs?
These are pockmarked with arrows.
Oh, this is different.
So these guys were killed by arrows. Do these?
Do they
oh,
have
actually,
claw
Chloe's
marks?
behind them.
They do
Do
not.
they?
Are
Do
they-
these look like bandits?
Is this a separate group that have been sent out at a different time?
Or do these
No,
even
you've
look
all
like
been in town,
bandits?
so y'all know who went out. These are the 3 of the 4 that went and left.
Oh.
What?
Wait, so the guys that we saw before were not militia.
Yeah, we found 4 corpses so far. These are 2 new ones.
Yeah, so which ones look like militia? Is kind of my
Are these-
question.
are these
So you
all
know them
dressed
because you
up?
know they would have been the townspeople. So you have the 3 dead bodies with the backs ripped open. Those look like bandits that were running away from the
Oh.
other guys.
Oh,
We
okay.
thought they were militia.
No, sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
that was the problem.
Yes, we didn't get to describing and looting them bodies. Actually, said did that. So yes, I imagine Donovan might be looking through the bodies. Someone roll me 2d4.
I got it.
Oh, too late.
She is quick on that.
I like rolling die.
Dice.
Alright, we'll pocket the point.
Ah! Actually, who's not in the party tracker? Oh, it's Zalbar.
no.
I gave Zalbar some copper. He's not even here.
Oh,
Let's be clear. He's gonna need it to pay off his student loans.
There we go. Well, what we do? He found a little more copper than was normal. Now, yes. So the 3 that were running away with the back swept open were the bandits. The 2 they come across now, heading southwards, are 2 of the militia. With the other one that was the first body came across. That one's ripped open also. These 2 are pockmarked with arrows, as if they were ambushed by bandits.
Okay, recap. So all of the ripped apart corpses were bandits, or was one of them a militia
Bandits.
3
They were
bandits,
bandits.
and 1 militia guy. The
Yeah.
2
member?
right now
so
are
whatever
militia
this
guys and
monster
arrows.
was, killed everyone indiscriminately. and
yeah,
not
okay.
Specifically targeted.
Yeah.
Not specifically targeted
It's-
the bandits.
It seems to be a monster or animal.
And it ran into them as they were in an engagement of sorts.
Did it look?
Because
well, no.
otherwise, these guys wouldn't have been shot with arrows.
It did say that.
It-
Hers
it
did say that
seems
it looked like they were chased.
There is also the possibility that the one group was chased into the other,
Yeah.
at which point one of them thought this was a fight and started.
This is
Oh,
also
man.
true.
Looking
and
at
then
the
bigger
From
body.
the decomposition of their corpses, they all died at similar time
Yes.
intervals, right?
Yes.
okay, and then looking for the claw tracks again. Can I see them? Like, does it look like that was maybe the case? They were like
Yes.
chased into each other.
This
Okay,
bear
yep.
was traveling southwards to the
Okay,
small
so they-
hills nearby.
All right, so they were
Really
kind of
emphasizing that bear thing.
Well, I mean, the bandits are dead. We should go back and report, right?
Well, that's not all the bandits.
Werewolf, close enough.
I think last we heard about bandits there were perhaps 20. We personally have killed 3.
I would just 20 bandits.
I will have Koi speak up at this point to say that she knows a little bit that the bandits' numbers are not that impressive, but does she get the feeling that there probably are at least more than the 6 that we've seen dead?
Well, like I just said, there's about 20.
There's about 20. Okay.
Yeah, we already had numbers.
And
Oh, okay.
let's find
Well, then
a
why was I
solid
told that
group.
information later?
I just said it like a minute ago.
He just did say that. You did.
Well, I mean, you guys found out that information a lot earlier. I mean, but I was just told this information earlier that like it was something important.
Yeah, I mean, you were using your
let's
informant
let's
speech just
let's
already.
try to find like maybe
Either way.
at least 15 of them, and if there's like 5 left, I'd consider the job done.
Well,
I mean-
6 are dead. That means there's at most 14 left.
Yeah, our
So-
job's not done yet,
If
unfortunately.
we find maybe like maybe 10 more corpses, I'd consider the 4 that are left over. They're probably not going to continue this operation.
Let's probably still find a tent just to get proof.
As you travel, you go over a small little hill, and in this little neatly tucked mini valley that's next to the cliff that overlook the road. A very good ambush site. You come across the first signs of man-made structures. You see a small ring of wooden logs risen up, staked in the earth next to each other to form a wall. And at the front, where there would be a small little gate, it is currently shattered, broken down, logs pointing in all which angles, as if this bear smashed through and tore them down. Inside,
how big are we talking?
So, the size of the little camp, you see there's a couple...
No, the hole in the gate.
There's no hole, it's the gate was torn down.
The gate was completely torn in.
The gate was torn
like
down.
How big would a thing have to be to tear a hole this big?
There's no hole, the gate's torn
tearing
down.
a hole, it broke down the gate.
It broke down the entire gate. But anyway...
like, again, how big would a thing have to be to do that?
A
big
person
bear.
can do it if you're strong enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more a measure of strength than size.
Yes.
Yeah, and we were told earlier it's like the size of a large bear, yes?
Yes.
It's definitely not the bear either.
The tracks.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not the bear? I've been saying bear the entire time. Inside, you see that there are...
Exactly.
You kind of look over a little bit. Did you see somewhat inside? Also be a good advantage point for arrows if these people were still there. There is 3 small lean-to tents, so it looks like this can accommodate maybe about a half dozen people in a small little defensible position. As you start to look and oversee the area before you move in forward, you can smell the aroma of death here. And you can see a couple of the flapping tents that are open to just kind of the elements of the wind. And a couple of the tents have bare slash marks across them with blood all around the tent openings. But that's not what's alarming. What's alarming is you hear eating. Hear the crunch of a beaver eating wood. But you don't see said beaver.
But it's probably bones.
It's something eating bones. Let's kill it dead.
I'm gonna try to sneak over that direction.
I'm gonna try to sneak also.
Before anyone goes forward, I'm going to cast Life Sense, and lets me see everything within. Centered in the area where there's the sounds coming from. I can see all signs of life within a 5-yard radius.
You pick up a sign of life. It is a... How much details does it give you?
That's just... I know if something is living there.
Yeah, something's living there.
So and I'll point at the tent, and life is within.
Yeah, I'll just sneak over. I'll start sneaking over that direction.
Yeah. You can hear just the crunch of wood being eaten. Because you all probably come across beavers before in this world. So it sounds like a beaver, just chopping away.
Not bones at all.
What do I roll for?
As a former soldier, do I know the sound of bones being cracked and broken and all that? Can I recognize what is obviously
the fact that you are a mechanical soldier? I'm gonna say no.
As an actual doctor, do I know the sound?
You are an actual doctor. I'm an actual doctor.
I went to actual college for it.
Anyway.
As a real for realsies doctor.
Koi, what are you trying to say?
I was gonna say, what do I roll for stealth? Agility?
Absolutely.
I'll give myself a boon with trickery.
And those of you with the medical questions, it does not sound like bone. It sounds like someone eating wood.
That's great.
Hursk, the more you say it's wood, the less we believe it's wood.
And I don't think I would have gotten, and I wouldn't assume I would have gotten another boon for being pickpocket profession, yes?
No, that's not mistaken.
Okay.
So you see that Koi starts sneaking forward. So go ahead and...
Question then, what does fortune do?
That's it.
Oh, we've
long
all
list of things.
completely failed.
Can I... Well, that's what I'm saying. Can I... Is it one of those things where I can use it to reroll?
Turn a failure into a success. You can add 2 boons to anyone's d20 roll.
I'm gonna use a fortune to turn that into a success.
Same.
All right, double click it on your sheet.
Donovan and Legion hanging back like, okay, this is a good idea.
Nope.
Oh, I got fortune.
Yeah, I'm not. I had the second one from the I have a
I'm
knife.
mostly going in because I don't want a little girl to go in alone because I don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah, you guys are supposed to be staying behind, and you're going ahead.
I am the sneaky rogue.
As a side note, I'm going to ready a burning beam in case anything hostile comes out of that tent.
1 second
Legion's
while
gonna ready
I
his weapons.
reveal some information.
already.
It was actually
All right. So, as you two sneak forward, you see that there is a man on all fours who is currently eating one of the beams, one of the walls.
Oh.
A man.
Yes.
Oh, man,
He's wearing
on
the
all-
garb of the bandits that you've seen, not ripped open, but he is currently
Eating wood.
the wood.
Eating the wood.
Yes.
Is that a werebeaver?
Oh my god.
Okay,
What?
we can go back. As you see this, you are
Wait, does
close
he have
enough
claws?
to the opening of the you're close enough to the opening of the torn down gate to see inside.
Mm-hmm.
You see this guy. He's probably about maybe we'll put 20 yards away. He's just currently just on all fours, just.
If I sneak any closer, can I tell if he has claws? Like the claw marks we've seen before.
He does not.
Can I throw a rock
Oh god.
opposite of past him and like kind of to the
We would probably want to do
Very-
this in the
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to general.
very
So
Let's do this in general.
Welcome back.
Hello.
So can I throw that rock in the like
Over him.
90 degrees, like when we're looking at it, 90 like sort of like 45 degrees to the side, to the right, somewhere like further, like so that it doesn't look at us, but kind of in
Oh, you're trying to lure him
over
away.
there.
all right,
Yeah,
so
because I want to get a better look on it.
guys. Was it Bones? Because of
It was not.
Bones. It wasn't
No, it
Bones.
wasn't.
all right, so
Yeah.
Donovan and
Right
Legion,
now.
you see that Jackie and Coy are up close by the gate looking inside, and then you see Jack pick up a rock and do a throwing motion. Jack, go ahead and give me with a normal roll a agility roll, please.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my! Oh my god! Oh, the rolls.
Jesus.
Oh, the rolls are
Oh.
bad now.
This is gonna end very poorly.
It's gonna be great.
Ouch.
I mean, what does that do?
trying
I'm trying to remember
Really
correctly.
dumb.
I think an actual 0 less is a critical failure, not a 1 on the dice roll. I can't remember.
Critical failures don't exist. Same as critical successes.
Well, yeah, but it clearly didn't do what he wanted it to do, which
Yeah.
is why.
Oh, so
like,
this
what
one's
does
still a
it
critical
do?
failure then, right, Jericho?
No, criticals don't exist.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with what I thought it was, whereas 0 is
They-
considered to me a critical
They
failure.
do in certain circumstances, like running out of ammo or breaking your weapons, I think.
So this is just a complete failure.
No, just critical. Okay.
So, like, here's the thing then. It's a matter of, like, how are we determining how it failed? Because it's either it doesn't go far enough or it just doesn't go where he wanted it to.
Hursk is determining how it fails because he's.
I know,
running the
I'm
game.
just asking.
As for me as a house rule, I would do this. Not right now because I'm bringing this up in mid-game. But if we do go for the main game, I would have a 0 or less be a critical failure. But not like in combat, maybe just for like stuff like this, where it make things more interesting. I would say.
Crits
Whereas
failure.
I think it's a 25 and more is a critical success.
No, 20 over.
No, 25 or more.
Crits are
Depends on what.
silly and based entirely on RNG.
I did do that
Yeah.
earlier with the track, or with the thing, because I had like a
Different,
27.
different spells and different
Like it-
weapons have different crit ranges.
That's
You
very
want-
specifically those spells and weapons, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Criticals
if you
as a
want-
concept do not exist.
If you want for us to fail something and for there to be negative repercussions for failing a check, that can just happen. There doesn't need to be like a crit range. Or if you
Yeah,
want
I
really
mean-
nice things to happen because we rolled really high on a check, you can just do that.
Yeah.
It's just how Hearth's going
That's
to
the
do
reason
it.
why I
I
hate
can
the system.
absolutely.
Because it's not RNG?
No, because I like variable success. That's why. I'll drop it off though. So
No, but
essentially,
you can still vary it.
well, not from
It's
what
just-
they all just mentioned right now. So I'm gonna leave,
I
I'm
just
gonna leave it
mean-
alone. So.
I literally said you can vary it.
Well, that,
It's
okay,
just-
let me rephrase it. I would have a variable success based on a 25 or more or 0 less is what I would say. We won't do crits, but have more things or less things happen. That's what I was kind of going with, but it looks like I got really negative feedback from that real quick, so I'll
I
probably
mean,
just drop
I
that.
like it. I like it.
No, it's fine. We didn't say that. We're just trying to.
No, I got that
I
from
don't-
both Donovan and Legion, so I'm not going to do that with this. Like I said, I won't bring it up in the middle game, so if we do this, I just won't do it in this game. But we can just go ahead and say it's a normal failure. So essentially, you just go and you throw the rock, and it actually, you aim isn't quite true. You kind of whip the throw, honestly. You whip the throw. The rock actually hits the guy,
Oh no!
and he does
Well,
nothing.
God.
He doesn't give a shit. Oh my.
Well, I'm just gonna stand up and like motion over Donovan and Legion, because if throwing a rock at this thing doesn't really alert it, then I don't think walking up to here is gonna be a problem.
So.
Well, you can see me throw a rock and then like do a very squirmy little kind of like, oh shit, did I just? And then I kind of like look at it like kind of with disbelief. Then I just, from my crouched sneaking position, I just stand up and I just motion you over like.
Koi
I guess
is just gonna keep sneaking.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper and like, what is this? And I'm assuming that as they come closer to me, this thing still doesn't really care, or.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Koi is gonna keep hiding in that position.
Are they motioning us to move forward?
I
Yep.
motioned them over because.
Yeah, so he's motioning for both you, Donovan, and Legion to come closer.
Yeah, then we do.
Okay. I'll still holding my holy symbol out. Ready
Fantastic.
in action in case anything bad comes out.
Okay.
And Koi,
Blasted.
as you
So,
approach Koi, it's
all
like,
right.
there is a man that is chewing like a beaver.
Yes, as you come across the opening that's been torn down, a couple of logs at weird angles, as if this bear tore it down and left him still standing there. You hear the beavering noise ever louder, and you peer to the inside of the camp, and along one of the walls you see, with a small rock next to his side, this man who is currently eating one of the beams of wood that's standing vertical in the air, part of the wall.
It's a person?
Yes.
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 He has the garb of the bandits.
And he is chewing wood like a beaver.
Does he have beaver teeth or just regular teeth?
You can't see. He's just currently chewing.
And throwing a rock at him did not seem to care.
He's just,
Not
he's just biting it.
that I
straight.
did that intentionally.
Oh, stranger.
Donovan.
You're eating your wall.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Donovan, is this usual behavior, or is this out of the ordinary?
Hey, you're finally awake.
Very strange.
You hear a tooth break and crack.
I'm gonna like
If I watch
my
him for a
arm
little bit,
on
does he
Koi's
look like he's...
shoulder.
Oh.
to kind of, drag her kind of further away from this because this isn't
But,
gonna go.
Um,
No, you don't want to look at that. No.
I'll put my holy symbol away, and see if I can get up behind him, get an arm around his neck, and pull him away.
Okay.
Could I help Donovan with that?
Okay. So who's all getting closer? Let me ask that.
Legion and Donovan.
I'm keeping Koi behind, and then
Yeah.
they're going.
Okay. So
Well, yeah,
Donovan and
we're
Legion,
gonna
you
pull
both
up
move
and
forward. As you get close and you get behind him, Donovan, you can see a bit more detail now. You see that he's currently chewing the wood, and all around that wood is just blood that's freely flowing right now. You see pieces of his teeth on the ground at the base of the wood that had been broken off from him just chewing on it. But now you see more detail. You see that covering the back of his neck, coming from underneath his shirt, his tunic, is the wiggly fungus.
The wiggly fungus!
Fuck.
It's making him do this?
No, you don't know if that's what make him do it. You just
Well,
see
you
it.
don't know if that's doing it, but
Legion just looks at Donovan and says, "Thank you for bringing the wiggly fungus. But please fix the man."
I'm not touching him in that case.
you're made of metal. You should do it.
Yeah, Legion's gonna try to scoop off the wiggly fungus.
Okay.
Wait, you're gonna do what, Legion?
He's gonna
I'm
try to
gonna
get
rip
him
off
off.
the wiggly fungus off. Or investigate the wiggly fungus, at the very least. Like, try to
Okay.
figure out, like, is it attached to him?
He's
Is it
immune
just
to
kind of on
disease,
him?
right?
All right.
This
So
is
you
a
go.
good question. Is this considered disease?
You don't know?
Let me actually, hold on. Let me check real quick if this
I
is
mean-
a decent idea or if am about to catch the wiggly fungus plague.
I
mean,
think you're immune.
I feel like a clockwork should be
Yeah,
immune
it would be,
to something
I
like
imagine you would
this.
be immune. If it's a disease, you'd be immune to it.
There's nothing about mechanical body that would necessarily protect me.
You're
Like,
specifically
purely
immune to
mechanical.
damage from disease and poison, and immune to
I am?
the conditions of asleep, diseased,
Yeah.
fatigued, and poisoned.
Huh. I must have not copied that over by accident. My mistake. Oh wait, no, it's under immunities. Yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna investigate the wiggly poison.
Okay, so how do you want to investigate it? Do you want to pull some out? You want to touch it? You want to poke it? What do you want to do?
I'm not gonna because Legion doesn't want to hurt the guy. He just wants to try to understand how it's connected to him better. So probably just looking, maybe a light tug.
And the thing still ignores him while he's
Yes.
there.
As you watch the fungus now, as last time, the fungus is waving in the air, and all the ones you see that are coming from underneath his tunic, they're open in the air, are all moving, swaying in the same orchestrated movement against his own movement, but they're all facing towards the tree.
Okay, well, how's the fungus attached to him? Is it just on him? Is it growing
Yes.
out of him?
Looks like it's on him. It looks like the
It's just
strands are
on
coming
him?
from underneath his tunic, from his back. You see a bit of the growth that is connected to him. It seems like it's growing on him, is what it looks like.
On him, not in him.
Yeah, it looks like it's growing on him, not in him. Not like
Alright,
it's
yeah,
growing
Legion's
through him.
gonna remove his shirt to get a better view of things.
I'll hand Legion my knife so he can cut it off.
Okay, so you cut down the side of the tunic, and
Yeah,
as
Legion's
you
just gonna take off
fold,
his tunic to take a look.
you fold the tunic over, you see a gash on his back, the same bear gash, and in here you see that there is bits of the mushroom, the wiggly fungus, which is not growing inside his body, but is on his back.
So, it sprung up from the gash, or it, got infected?
So
It
it's
doesn't look like it
black.
came from the gash. It doesn't look like it came from the gash because none of the other bodies had it.
It just happened to accidentally catch this
Alright.
corpse or a dying man.
Yeah, okay. He
Yeah,
was
so
infected.
Legion is gonna try to remove the wiggly fungus with as much care as he can.
Surgical precision robot.
As much care as he
I
can.
could
So,
be a surgically
with much care, I want you to
precise
go with just go with one Bane. Strength roll.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna make me roll agility.
Oof.
Oh.
Get
Ooh.
off.
Oh.
You
Correct.
gently prime back, not to do any harm. As you do, you can see the front of his face. His eyes are really, really wide. The irises or the pupils are really dilated, and they're just focused on the tree, the spot he's been chewing. You see the blood from where his teeth got ripped out. One of his teeth are still stuck in the wood, and he goes, He tries to climb or crawl back towards the tree. The entire time, he's making the motion of eating it with his head, even though it's disconnected from the tree.
Okay. Legion, I apologize. I'm gonna pull out my Morning Star.
Oh my god.
But can he not be fixed?
You're just gonna brain this guy?
Jack
All right,
is a
I will
doctor,
put it
and-
in the combat tracker.
Wait, hold. But
Legion, the man has
Jack?
taken the same wounds as the dead man in the forest.
All right, he's in the combat tractor.
okay.
So I
Jack
guess I
is
can...
a Jack is a
Is this,
doctor.
is this how you get
As am I.
corruption?
He's a dead man controlled by fungus.
You don't know that.
Oh,
But here's the thing, Donovan. Your spell or whatever registered that he's alive. He's not dead.
Yeah, he is
He's not
alive.
dead. He's
That's
living.
even worse.
No, why do you want to brain this guy?
We would have
Well,
to
for
examine
one-
him closer to know if the gashes are actually as deep. It's possible that the creature maybe did gash him. He got knocked out but didn't bleed to death and just is like this now.
I
Regardless,
don't think that you should
we
get
came
anywhere
here-
near.
we came here to kill these men.
is he a
Oh,
bandit
that's-
or is he?
is he a bandit?
He's a bandit.
Yeah, he's a bandit.
Oh, he is
I
a
guess-
bandit.
Yes.
Okay. Legion is still gonna go. But
Sorry, I already did his
Jack
name.
not?
But
Is
the
Jack
Hippocratic
not,
Oath.
Doesn't exist.
Jack not a doctor? Can he not fix him?
I mean, he's technically a bandit, so
But I thought we thought doctors were intended to fix broken people. Is he not broken?
There
Are
is
you
no,
no
not a
he's not
doctor?
broken.
A brokenness
he's not-
of the spirit. is, you've heard me say the word heresy before.
Koi is slowly trying to look around to see what they're talking about.
A man who inflicts illness on injury on others for his own benefit is the worst kind.
All right, Koi, you don't want to look at this.
You're all talking about it?
Well, they're gonna brain him.
Koi and Jack. As you're outside the walls, and Jack's trying to comfort you, Koi, you hear the padding of steps. And you see at the edge of your vision, as you now look with the peripheral of your vision, you look, and there is a group of these white wolves. And they are covered in this fungus. And
Oh, God!
There are wolves coming!
They're
There are
carrying
wolves?
Vampire the Masquerade source books.
And Koi's gonna try to slip kind of inside the wall and go and call towards Legion and Donovan. Wolves! Wolves!
All right, whatever you
Wolves
do
of
to this guy,
fungus.
just kill him.
Wolves of fungus!
Wolves with wiggly fungus. I can't believe we're referring to it.
Legion looks a little overjoyed and then realizes it means puppies with wiggly fungus and gets really sad.
I put a scale mount glove on his shoulder and then just nail him over the head with a Morning Star.
Yeah.
I assume he's given the injuries.
a big crunch.
A
His
mercy
head
killing.
splatters open, and he dies very, very peacefully. He just goes to rest.
See, Legion, understand.
We
Death
just made him
is-
go to sleep.
Death is an ending, but we wish to make it quick.
Will we bury him?
I think, looking at the fungus, we burned these ones.
As you
Oh.
did this, Donovan, you
Oh,
struck the
spores.
guy.
Oh
The
god.
wolves all howl in pain, and they take off running towards the north.
I told you!
Fungus is a hive mind.
What the fuck? Okay.
Alright, yeah,
so-
Legion was already ready for battle, so...
Well, they take off running north, so they're running around us. So they
Oh, I
don't.
thought they left.
Oh yeah, they left,
sorry,
run to
I
the
thought
north.
it was coming at us.
I
Yeah.
have an empty potion bottle on me. Legion, would you kindly put some of the fungus inside the bottle?
Legion just kind of like nods with their whole body, takes the bottle, grabs
Wow.
some of the
Nods with
fungus,
their
You
whole
get to take
body.
some wiggly fungus with you.
apologizes to the corpse and the fungus.
No, it's a peaceful dead bandit tree eater.
And then brings the fungus over to Donovan.
I hand
Are we aware of the wiggly fungus that we've passed on the road before?
Legion and Donovan are, but I don't think you guys passed
Yeah,
it.
this will be the first time that Koi and Jack have seen it.
Okay. What is this stuff?
It is the wiggly fungus. Its wiggling is deeply amusing to me.
It is.
But you've seen this before.
Indeed.
I'm kind of tapping
Where?
the side of the. I'm kind of gently tapping the side of the bottle.
We passed it on the road.
As you do,
I wished to go investigate, but Donovan would not allow
it
it.
goes from this feathery white kind of color, and it dries up brown, and then it kind of goes still.
Oh,
Okay.
like
Well,
as we take it away, or as I tap it.
Both.
Oh,
What?
what?
So it just dies when it doesn't have a host, basically.
Okay, well, we have a bottle of the stuff now, and we can.
Well, it's
It's
dead.
really
It's
sad
dead.
when it stops wiggling.
And we still have samples in the potion bottle.
I guess.
Shouldn't we? Is this something that I've seen before personally? Or?
No.
I definitely don't know anything.
There's been, in
Um,
any of your studies, any of your recordings, any of your history lessons from whatever teacher, there's never been a recording of this situation you've come across.
Wiggly
This
fungus.
evil- This is some Last of Us shit right here.
We will
Well-
mourn the mirthful wiggling of the wiggly fungus.
Should we then go to the place where you saw these fungi and burn that place?
Well, maybe we should. So this was the bandit camp. Yes, this was.
Oh, no. So as you're looking around here, you're seeing that there are the definite groove marks of wagon wheels that head to the south towards, well, you can see in the distance, the hills. A little bit larger than what around right here. As I mentioned, this
This
camp
was like a
is accommodating
forward.
for about 6 people.
Yeah,
This
so
is
this
like a
was like a
forward.
small camp. The main
was an
camp is
outpost.
further south.
This was an outpost. Okay. So let's. I guess
Well, the
we.
wolves ran away north.
The wolves
That's
ran north.
concerning.
The wiggly fungus is to the south, but or to the
Was
southwest.
Completely different. But we don't know this.
Well, yeah, but either way,
Well,
let's
well,
just.
when you killed this guy, the other wolves got hurt and ran away.
Yep. They let out a howl of pain and then ran away north. Anyway, I think we should continue to the south, following the wagon trail.
Well, I mean, this looks like a lot. Not gonna lie.
This is not our objective, though.
It's expanded into something that we have not signed up for. We were
Indeed.
supposed to kill bandits, and now we're dealing with. Can we make a safe assumption that whatever killed the guys that we've seen before were the wolves that just came up on us?
No,
Josh is
because
gonna-
they're much smaller than the bear that attacked the guys.
So then not just wolves are being possessed by this fungus, but also potentially bears.
Humans, bears, wolves. That
Oh
is
my.
if we assume that the bear was possessed. Or was just a really angry bear.
So we burn the forest.
Yes. Anyway, to the south.
Take my
Yeah.
dagger back.
Do we burn the guy?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Pile up any squeegee-looking corpses after we search the camp. And burn them.
Looking around the
What
camp,
was the- okay,
they
so he
were
was
actually,
biting-
as I mentioned,
I
they're
have a
putting
question.
supplies here, and so it looks like the last wagon that came here was a drop off supplies. You see some stacks of wood. There's still some wood that they used to build this little camp. There's some canvas. There's some food rations, which is still okay. They're relatively fresh.
I'm gonna take them.
Yeah, I'll take some as well.
So let's go and put the party sheet some things. Let's see.
Given that they're not, fucking infested with fungus.
Since Jack is doing stuff, that means that I'm not being watched anymore, so I'll help. Ew, daggers.
Ew, iron.
Yep.
Gloves.
Glove.
I'll take gloves.
Wood.
I have a tinderbox. You need one, Legion?
He probably does.
Uh,
I have one.
Don't you have like a flamethrower or something?
We have a tinderbox.
Okay, I'll take the second tinderbox.
Candles, whatever.
Legion-
Wait, aren't
Legion-
candles like really expensive in the?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like
Pretty
2
cheap.
bits.
I'll take a candle.
I'll take some too.
Legion's
Take-
doing that thing that small children do when they're really upset, where they're not really sure how to handle their emotions, so they just kind of act a little sullen, but still, like, mostly normal.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they're just, like, kind of pouty, because they don't really know what else to do to express their displeasure about the situation.
This is not alright, but I don't know why.
Oh, I'll take the pipe.
Okay.
Pipe.
I'm gonna take all 6 of the logs.
Oh, they're all unidentified, Hursk.
Ah,
Ooh,
Hey, tobacco.
As a reminder, I've got 15 minutes.
okay.
Why can't I
tobacco.
take the wood logs?
All right, I'll
pull
change
the-
the unidentified in the
there you
character
go.
sheets later on. I just gotta figure out how to do that.
Pull up the inventory tab and pull the star into your sheet.
I am.
It should work.
into your
You just click and
inventory.
drag.
Make sure your inventory is open on your sheet.
It is. Oh, there we go. It finally went. Alright, I'm just gonna change the name of these unidentified items.
Well, no, he can identify them.
Still, I need to
Isn't
find.
that
I need to ask how to
logs?
turn that off because that's actually really annoying.
Logs.
I guess I'll take the extra water skin.
Those logs are really big, by the way.
Yeah, but he's just setting them up to make a fire.
Okay.
Oh, a moist
okay, okay.
pouch.
Wait, how big are they?
I got
What's
a
the
moist pouch.
for?
Moist pouch.
A
How
moist
big
pouch.
are these logs?
They're about 6 feet long.
Oh, well, never mind then.
They were used as just to make the wall. They had leftover ones.
Let's take the other candles.
What about
Oh, the
what
one
about
pouch was the
rations?
water skin. Okay.
Yeah, it was the water skin.
My spouse was a water skin.
Yup.
What's
Yeah, I
the-
made really weird names for the unidentified items.
Here, I'll just delete this and add 2 into my count because I have a water skin. I'll just make it
Okay.
2 now. There we go.
Can you-
That was
can-
entertaining.
What about those rations?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you
I
need
need some.
those.
Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, it's unidentified items again. Are
Oh,
you taking one?
should
as
let
well,
me
Marvin?
finish it. All right.
Am I what?
I have one.
Okay. Well, then take the other because I have 2 now.
Well, you can just take it.
Here, Mike, delete them and take them from the part sheet because I wasn't done finishing editing them. So.
So now it's a question mark food.
Food.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll just name them as they are in my sheet.
Okay. So, anyways, you set the camp. You split the logs. You set the fire, and it makes a really big, nice bonfire in the open sky.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Now
that's-
let's leave it. Well, it is still daylight, so it's not that bad, but
It's the morning.
Yeah, it's like 10:30.
yeah. I still don't recommend staying around a fire, though.
I mean, the day's barely started.
That's just
Yeah,
before
it's
noon.
not even noon.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Let's
Alright.
burn that midday oil.
So move
burn that.
2 squares or 2 hexes,
Okay.
and we need a roll now at 1 bane because we're not on the road no more.
I will burn trickery to make that a boon, and then
Actually, can
so
we
it
follow the
cancels.
river and negate that boon? That bane?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, can we just follow the river?
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, can't we follow the wagon trail?
Oh,
The
yeah.
wagon trail would have gone
Yeah.
to an area that is,
Make it easy. The wagon actually goes to the river and follows the river.
Okay.
Make
Yeah,
it easy.
sure. Okay. I'll burn trickery to make a boon. And then roll intellect. Was it? Still got it.
All right, you're still good. As you're traveling
I
along the
still don't.
river, you actually come across a big grove of trees that grows next to the river. And as you start to go through it, still hearing the stream water go by, you see the outline of a small tower on a little tiny hill in front of you. A ruined tower is just the base. You still have about maybe 2 or 3 stones that ring the base of the tower, but you see this ruin in the distance, or not no, close distance, I would say.
Do we see any signs of the bear and other and fungus attacks around the area, or?
A couple of the trees do have the same bear marks.
So wait, Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask this question before we left. So the log that was being bitten by the guy that was shroomed, was there anything particular about that log, or?
No. There's
So
no
it wasn't
fungus
like
on
a
it. It's just it looked like an unassuming log.
Just a random. It wasn't
Yeah,
a
didn't
specific,
stand out.
Just a random log.
Yeah.
Okay, so these funguses are racist against trees because they're taller than they are.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Well, trees
Okay.
also take up quite a lot
Everyone,
of sunlight.
please give me a perception roll at 2 bane.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
As they say where I'm from, zoinks, Scoobert.
And I have a plus 2 bonus.
Oh, I actually did it! I got a 10.
So I have.
I got a -2, as was
And
written of in
Koi.
the
We just, like, walked
I
into a
have-
tree.
I have an 18 because of my bonus. I just can't roll
I
perception.
got a 10. Yeah, I got a 10.
Legion.
As you're walking, the
I'm busy.
sounds of the river, the sounds of the vegetation, the wildlife that's in this big grove, did actually conceal the other group of adventurers as you literally come face to face very quickly, very suddenly.
Did I not hear them?
Yes.
I had an
So
18.
yeah, those of that past heard this. Essentially, to me, you're not gonna be surprised. Whatever happens here. So essentially, right before you come into contact, you're like, wait, what's this? And then boom, they show up. Whereas Legion walks into a tree somehow, and then Donovan wasn't paying attention enough. So essentially, whatever it turns out, if any type of surprise round breaks out, it will be a surprise, except for Koi and Donovan. Or not, sorry, Donovan. Jack. The other group you come across, they are pulling a wagon through this little small trail, and as you look, it is about 7 individuals, grizzled, wearing the dark garmented clothing of the bandits, and they were in mid-slight conversation before you kind of ran into each other, and you could slightly make out a couple words, because it would make sense with the way this timing plays out, is, we gotta find that damn thing.
Well, I warned the Legion and Donovan that.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Essentially, it's gonna break out combat right here. But there's not combat rolling yet. I kind of oxyword myself. What do you? Let me ask this. What do you do immediately? And I'm gonna say this for essentially Koi and
Jack.
Yeah.
I drop into hiding.
No.
I guess I'll try.
No,
to
you literally
stealth
ran into
also?
each other as you're going through the forest. So.
Oh.
Oh, so we
This
passed
wooded
the
area.
branch and we
So
kind
there's
of.
nothing. So there's
all
nothing
hide.
we can do. There's something I can do.
Yeah, you're literally face to face with the other group.
There's something I can do then.
Right, with the success perception, she still didn't notice them until she literally ran into them.
I rolled 18 total because I have a bonus to perception. Even with my base.
I might have phrased it the wrong way. I'm not going to combat,
Yeah.
but I'm giving action to Koi and Jack. What
That's
do
why
I
I
do?
said I wanted to try to duck into somewhere to hide. Because we're in a forest, yes? I can find somewhere to hide.
Also, real quick, there's no such thing as a perception roll in this game. Perception is passive. If we're rolling for something, we're rolling intelligence.
Oh, well. Then my passive is 12.
Okay. Where are we all?
Here, let's do this.
relative to
Let's
each
do
other?
an actual map to make this kind of easier while I'm picturing in my head.
No, perception challenge rolls are a thing.
Are perception rolls a thing?
Yep.
How
Page 34.
did they work then?
Yeah, how do they work? 'Cause
We roll against them.
Changelings get a specific bonus to perception.
If you're actively looking, then it's a challenge. It's a roll against their. Would that be intellect? No, their agility if they're trying to be sneaky. It's the
Yeah,
12
but that would
agility.
be
They
that would be an
weren't. We kinda
that would
just-
be an intellect roll, not a perception roll, right?
No, it's a perception challenge roll. When you try to listen for sounds, notice a detail in your environment, or recognize an illusion for what it is.
So why have we not been making those?
Unless you're actively looking. Otherwise, you use your passive.
So then why have we been rolling at all?
Where are you seeing that on 33?
Page 34.
Oh, 34, my bad.
Because we're running out of time and we need to do combat. So
We would just
there's
refer to
there's not like a sarcastic criticism. It's just like, let's get on with it.
This game is weird. Yeah. Fight
Anyway.
time. Let's kill them all.
I mean, there are places to hide here, yeah. And I rolled fairly high. I thought maybe
I mean, we're right here.
Are we? Are we in the clearing part of it?
Tursk.
I'll populate it. Give me a second. I'm probably going to rephrase how this turned out because of just this kind of confusion, scuffle. So let me populate the thing real quick.
Donovan could absolutely run into them, or Legion. Koi is like a ferret.
Legion is looking so hard at some butterflies, he could literally walk into them, and I'm not even sure he would notice.
Koi is paranoid as hell.
All right. Position you guys inside this square.
So I would assume that me and Koi are kind of ahead.
So somewhere in that
where
square.
Where the enemies at?
Yeah, because I will position myself behind foliage and hide,
If that's possible.
and if that's possible.
I have an ingenious plan.
All right, I'll do this actually. I'll do this.
Everybody's
I'll go wargaming type thing. I want you to position yourselves. I'm gonna show my guys, and then I'll let Koi and Jack to reposition.
Okay. Well, there's a wall here, so I'm just gonna be in the corner, given that I've heard words and.
Well, but we're just. Where are we going?
Well,
South.
you walked
You're
into
going
a
north.
tree.
You're going up.
Going
Are
north?
we going north?
Okay.
Weren't we going south?
It was.
No, we were going south.
We were going south.
Sorry,
So,
I got
and
my
was
my
leading
orientation wrong on the map.
It's a really big map.
And I was.
That's all right.
leading
We
the
can
group.
just assume that we are on the north side and the south is up.
Yeah,
To
sorry.
be fair, I was leading the group.
To be fair,
I'm gonna put myself all the way in the back.
It's all right. Let's just roll with it.
I'll put here, like behind this tree.
Just because Legion is being slow, so they're gonna be all the way.
And you walked into a tree.
Yeah, man.
All right,
why
so
you-
I'm gonna lock tokens. And now, blah. So I'll let Koi and Jack reposition themselves. In fact, I'll let them reposition wherever they want.
Let me clarify. Am I able to hide?
Yeah, I'll go with it. I'll change
Okay.
to the whole run
Okay.
thing. You
So,
still run each other, but
I-
a little bit more time.
Okay.
I have a question.
The
Because
trickery.
this will probably determine the entirety of this combat. Can I assume the identity of the guy that was that was biting the tree or the log?
Ah. So you're doing your changeling things in front of us.
Well, you wouldn't see it because I'm kind of like
Ingenious.
That's
Also, we
even-
know he's a changeling.
Do we? I thought that was the thing, is that we
Yeah,
don't.
you don't.
Said he's
Which
making
is-
no secret about it. Right?
No, you don't.
Oh,
know.
I thought there was no secret that you were a changeling. I thought it was just.
No,
Okay,
no,
well, that makes it even more suspicious then if you suddenly come out as that guy.
Yeah,
Well,
that
he
would
can
be
make
very.
his own decisions.
well,
But
I'll just assume that you guys can roll with it.
No, I'm not going to.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Well, he's.
You can assume
I'll
that.
just whatever
Let's
you
make a
guys
decision.
do, I'll just provide distraction level, and basically what I'm doing is you don't know where I am. I'm gonna cut that so like you don't know that this is me immediately, and you'll be probably confused as hell because you see,
Yes.
and I won't be facing you guys either. So chances are you might assume that I'm part of them, but I'll deal with
Yeah.
that later. Don't worry
On that
about
note, I have to go.
it.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
damn it.
next time on.
Next time.
Yep, we'll pick up next time.
Next
Woo!
episode on Dragons of Demons,
Dragon
Shadows
People.
of the Dragon.
Dragon.
I mean, hey, this was fun. I think
Uh,
I understand the system a little more now.
Here's what I'm gonna do because like I said, I do want to level this fast. So don't go to level 2 right now. After the fight, you will if you survive.
Cool.
That is very
So
fast.
we should prepare
Wow,
what
okay.
we want.
Like I said, I don't want to run like a 5-month campaign for a test. So
Yeah.
so
I
we're gonna do
didn't
this
even-
fight as level 1. After the fight, we go to level 2. So
I don't even know what you get at.
It says level 2 under your path.
Right. I don't.
Level 2 run.
My path doesn't say anything
No,
for
there's
me.
like there's a specific
There's a level
level.
1, level 2 section.
Oh, I need to find the
because
actual
if you
chart.
look, this is
My-
the bandit. So this is the bandit leader. So this is the actual bandits that are remaining.
Rogue doesn't have a feature for second level. Rogue
It
just
says-
goes from 1 to 3.
Level 2 rogue.
No,
Level
it doesn't.
1. I'm looking at it right now. Page 58.
All right, hang on.
57.
I need to pull up the book. Because when I was looking at novice paths,
Rogue right below level 1 rogue. It goes to level 2,
Yeah.
and there's no level 3 because
Level 3 you
I
can
wonder if you
Level
what
3
PDF you
is
looking
good.
at, Ren?
let me pull it up again. I was looking down in the novice path section.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, they have level 2, but not level 3.
It's got a level 1 and level 2.
I wonder if you
I'm
look at
just-
maybe they have a old PDF that was changed.
Level
I don't know, maybe
3
I'm losing
is
my
the-
fucking
level
mind.
3 is the expert.
That's
path,
expert, yes,
and then
expert.
level 4 is your
Right.
Racial.
I might be losing my
your
fucking
racial
mind.
level.
Yep.
5 is the novice again. 6 I think is expert again, and 7 is master.
Master.
Anyways, I'm in the stream.